mediaplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wick up first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
And back here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval this afternoon. It is a beautiful day for football. Peter Mikado, Mark Stone. Soon to be joined by Michael Leeds. Stoney, down to you. Tell us about the ground conditions. They're looking absolutely magnificent today.
Yeah, absolute picture down here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval, Pete. And we've got a bit of probably a 2 to 3 goal breeze to the left of the dial. That's the northern end here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. The Sandringham side won the toss. They'll kick with that breeze in this first quarter, and just a great day. Plenty of blue sky and no rain in forecast. So I expect a really quick, fast game. And as I said, both sides and both players on notice for a possible recall next week.
Now you'll notice if you're watching on our live stream, the players will be wearing some blue tape around their wrists this weekend. It's all part of Beyond Blue Round, and more than 8,000 Victorian footballers getting involved with this. The statewide AFL Victoria Beyond Blue Rounds, which is this weekend. The first event AFL Victoria will run as part of a new community partnership with Beyond Blue, and it follows the annual Beyond Blue Cup, which Hawthorn and Sydney will play off for in round 8. And players from AFL Victoria's 6,000 plus teams nominated Beyond Blue as a charity they most wanted to support, as mental health was of high importance. So good to see that all clubs across the weekend in the Peter Jackson VFL are showing their support.
Yeah, great concept and great idea, and wholeheartedly agree with what that is, what it stands for, and know a few people affected. So great concept, well under the VFL.
All right, so we're not too far away from a start in this one. It is round 6 action in the Peter Jackson VFL. Sandringham taking on Essendon. We'll keep you up to date with all the other scores around the grounds as well. Plenty happening this afternoon. And the umpire about to hold the ball aloft. Everyone getting into position. About a minute to go before official start time. Umpire holds the ball aloft. No, the siren's going. There's something going on down at in the grandstand area. I don't know if you can see anything.
So the gate's got to be closed. Safety,
Rightio.
Safety, Pierre.
Of course, very, very important. All right, here we go. It's Matthew Leuenberger and Billy Longer in the ruck today, and away we go. Round 6, Peter Jackson VFL Live as Longer got the tap down. No one can break clear at the bottom of the pack. Freeman, good to see him back playing too. Stoney at any sort of level. Nathan Freeman, he picks himself up for Sandringham. And
just want to get through a game.
That's it, and build from there. As the ball still in the middle of the ground. Seckel for Sandringham, getting hands to it. Again, another pile of players on top of this one. The umpire will throw the ball up.
Yeah, a lot of players around the ball at the moment, and as I said, players trying to find their feet in this first part of the quarter.
So again, the ball tossed up. Again, the two ruckmen going at it, working their Clark for Essendon, but it's been turned over and turned over again. Opportunity for Merritt as he kicks up towards the 50. A dribbling ball coming out to meet it is Boyce for Essendon, and run into a bit of trouble. Good tackling pressure again by the Sandringham side as Ainsworth kicks up towards half forward, running onto it Matera. Classy move, and now an opportunity for Hayden as he comes towards the 50, but it's going to be turned over, and Zirk Thatcher comes in and takes the mark, and so he'll look to launch off half back. The kick going up the line, getting hands to it there was Goddard for Sandringham. He couldn't take it, and coming through Merritt for Essendon, kicking into the middle of the ground, looking for Union, their leading goal scorer so far this season. And another opportunity as they go inside the 50. The kick looking for Hocking. Almost took it slips catch style. I think he's going to be paid it. He certainly was dealt with as he was on the ground there. He did well just to put the arms up to just try and take the bar because he couldn't do anything else.
Perfect timing, that one, and they're good marks today when you slip over and you're just waiting for the ball to get to you, and Heath was able to juggle that and gets paid the mark.
So the skipper kicked 3 goals already this season in his 4 games. And he kicks from 45. It's on the way. He's missed. So 1 behind the results, and that is the opening score of the match here in this opening term, where we've played 2.5 minutes. Well, look what the Cats dragged in, Stoney. We'll come back to that in a moment as the ball going long. Haven't seen him for about 8 to 9 months. Wondered whether he was still alive. Seckles here for Sandringham as they try and work their way to defence. Going head first, McKenzie almost had his head taken off in the end. It's turned over at half forward for Essendon. A stalemate. The umpire should come in and intervene, and will, which gives me an opportunity to say, well, it's good to see you, Michael Leeds. You here somewhere?
Well, no, I was just enjoying the coverage so much, I thought I'd better try and be involved in it.
Well, the whole theme is about getting involved. It's nice to see you here being involved.
It will be a Sandringham ball at half-back. McKenzie to come up with a footy.
They have the breeze too, Michael, in this first quarter.
Thanks, Stoney.
Welcome back. I could sing actually, welcome back.
No, don't, Stoney.
Just
Please.
keep me up to date with anything else I've missed.
Okay.
Seckle has it, back flank. He's going to kick along the wing, looking for a high rise, and there is one at the back. Francis flew, but he was 3 deep, not paid the mark. Allowed to go on, ball brought to ground. He goes again, does Francis. Terrific defensive pressure, and the umpire will come in and toss it up.
It's about 5 rounds worth. We haven't seen you since round 1.
I've got a bit to catch up on. Going to be difficult in this first quarter. Tried to get going to the Bombers. Now Long emerges with the footy. He steers it inside the 50. Onto the open run for Brown. He's going to go one-on-one. Tapped it out in front of himself. Then he pulled it in, and then they pulled him in. And the umpire said, have another go.
Of course, Mitch Brown would have known this ground pretty well, actually, having played a bit of footy with St Kilda.
Certainly does.
Sandringham.
Certainly does, as playing his first game today for the season. As ball coming to ground. Kenzie trying to get clear. It's going to be turned over again. Got to say, Merritt's taken the mark. Well done, Bombers. Numbers on the front of the jumper. It's a bit hit and miss in this competition, but I like it. There's the kick going up towards the top of the goal square. No one could break clear. Quick kick out of the pack by Brown, trying to paddle it forward. There's a stack of players over the top of this footy, and Brown will have another go. He's been dispossessed again, and now they try and work it out. Nicely done, Dylan Clark, to try and get it out there, and a shot at goal from Merritt.
That's a goal.
It's a goal. Did well just to find some space in close quarters, and Jackson Merritt puts the first on the board for the Bombers. And they are 1-1-7, playing no score. We've played 5 minutes in this opening quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
And as I was saying at the start of the call, you'd think that Langford, Francis, Merritt, Mitch Brown, Jake Long, Hartley would all be looking to really establish and have a good game today, because opportunities in the senior side for the Bombers. So good start by the Bombers, and against the breeze, probably a 3-goal breeze at this time here at Trevor Barker.
Give you a Peter Jackson VFL round the grounds in a moment, but Tigers by 20 at Etihad, 7-4-46, playing 4-2-26, 20 gone, second quarter in the AFL today.
So back here, Longer to go up against Lundberger, knocked down by Longer, but only as far as the Bombers on the ground. A little snap around the corner from Ainsworth. He's pinched it away and got Sandringham going to half forward. Ridley away, little underground handball from D. Ainsworth at the bottom of the pack, couldn't come up with it. Little flick off the toes. Worked for half a moment. In the end, he went and got it again. Geez, had a big minute here. 3 contests in a row. Sandringham working hard at half forward. Chance for Langford through his hands. It's a hot footy early, this one. Ridley has it knocked away. Ball at ground level, well picked up, and now they're on the burst. Essendon to half forward. Oh, beautifully picked up at the half back flank. Well played, Rice. He bombs them to half forward, but coughs it up, and it's taken.
It is by D. By the way, the Cats did hit the front over at Olympic Park with the Pies with a steadier through Blair. This ball hitting the path of Clark. Not paid the mark. Play on, said the umpire. Still difficult in close quarters, heading up towards centre wing. Plenty of numbers around for the Zebras as they just work their way back. So from the point of the square, they'll head up towards half forward. The kick is good. That's the first one from Stoney. Keep an eye on that today, Leedsy, as McLean, the 23rd player, going long and high inside 50, and another good mark. So the kick was good, but D is going to hand it over to his teammate in Hartley, and he'll take the free kick.
He's got the feeling he could be in for a good afternoon here. Another nice set of hands from McLean.
Pies lead by 5, 25 minutes gone at Olympic Park.
He kicks to the top of the square. Big flies again. Francis again, but couldn't bring it to ground again. Now it's one for the Rovers. A ground level material. One way, then the other. Rushed kick away to the left. One behind. That's their first score of the afternoon. A trail by a goal. Essendon 1-1-7. Sandringham 1 behind.
So Hartley to bring the ball back in. Plenty of movement on the benches. Stoney as always.
Luke Lavender, big unit, 200 centimetre. Just in front of me here.
As Hartley hugging the bay side. I think there, yep, over the back there was Hocking. Just hooking his opponent over the shoulder. And so another chance here for the Zebras as Claverino wanted to go short. Wasn't necessarily the best option, and there's turnover in the middle of the ground. Let's see if the Bombers can set up here. Hind works long to 50. It's a very, very open 50.
Good
Boys
kick.
to run onto it though, and he takes the mark. Just had to hold for a second, but did a good job. And Boyce will have a shot at goal. He's kicked 6 goals in his 4 games this season, and he'll be lining up from just outside the 50. Breeze, what's it doing today, Stoney?
Yes, 2 to 3 goal breeze to the left-hand side of the dial, so to the left to the northern end here
So
at Trevor Bar.
in he comes from just outside the 50. The kick on the way is behind. So 1-2-8 plays one behind as we tick through this opening quarter. Almost 9 minutes gone here on Peter Jackson VFL.
I may be wrong, but I'll be standing corrected. But I think Alex Boyce and Ben Ronk were teammates the last 2 years ago.
Unlikely you'd be wrong here, Stoney. Kick came from White. Answorth couldn't trap it inside the 50. Lovely hit for Boyce. This time it came from Trent Minot. How are you going to tell me to pronounce
Minot?
that, Pete? Thank you. This is what we usually get done in the pre-game meetings.
Is that Minot?
Minot.
Minot.
Well,
I'm happy to go with you, Stoney.
Minot, I reckon. You'll find.
That's what happens when you miss the production.
there's 185 centimetres of him. Lanky he is. From inside the 50, he's made nice contact. That's a beautiful kick. And Trent Minot has his first of the year and his first of the day. He struck that beautifully, Stoney.
He did, and whether he's Minot or minus, but he put that one right through the middle, and 6 points, a good result. So Essendon started well here. They seem to be, Sandringham kicked the ball willingly into their forward line, and Essendon just rebounding nicely, and a couple of shots on goal.
Alex Boyce did indeed play for St Bernard's in the VAFA.
He did.
So around the mark, that's good.
No, I remember that a bit from recruiting notes a couple of years ago.
That's why you're here, Stoney. Font of information. Pronunciation, surprisingly, and everything else in between. There's Ainsworth at the bottom of the pack here for Sandringham, going nowhere in a hurry. He gets it back again, and he's going to go long inside 50. It's a high ball, goes to the back.
Good
Hartley outmarked. Is there a free kick?
Yeah,
Yep, the umpire says yep. There was a high shot. It was a bit delayed, that free kick, Stoney, in the end.
Yeah, he could have done it a couple of seconds before. It certainly was there. He went and got the footy, the young fella.
Nathan Smith is the player we're talking about, and he'll line up. He's playing his first game for Sandringham for the year, and he'll line up pretty much point blank range. A chance at the first here for the Zebras. Nice crowd building up this Mother's Day.
Get a good crowd down here at Sandy Sundays.
When the weather's good anyway. So in he comes. Kick on the way. They've got their first. 1-1-7 plays 2-2-14. Essendon leading at 11.5 gone in this opening quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Have to take full advantage. They've got the breeze in this quarter because if Essendon go into the lead at the quarter time break, it's going to be a handy one. So they've got to make the next, next 18 minutes really tell in this first quarter.
29 minutes gone at Olympic Park. It's Collingwood, the Holden Centre 91, leading Geelong 87.
Got the close one.
They've got the close one, they are. I'll give you some scores from the other games too as we go through the afternoon. 2 other games in sync with ours at Casey Fields and also at Frankston.
Longer in the middle, Freeman alongside him, not going to come up with it though. Out the back, Hayden, left foot to half forward, not quite chopped off, but Sandringham still alive here as the ball hits the deck. Little one out the back, Mackenzie gets onto that left boot and heads to the pocket. He's looking for a contest here, he gets it, but it's all the Bombers' Hartley, and he fists it over the line.
Tigers by 26 at Etihad, 27 minutes gone there in the second, 8-4-52, leading North Melbourne 4-2-26.
Jonathan Haydon, his dad must be brothers with Mav Weller's dad. Quite extraordinary, the resemblance. At ground level, Bombers work it out of defence nicely. Little one around the corner, relieves some pressure. Is there going to be a free kick? No, umpire says keep going, gents. The Bombers come up with it at half-back. Little one over the top from Merritt. Looks for space at the scoreboard wing. Leading the race for Sandringham. Well picked up by Weikart. Little handball back inboard. Got them going. A tumbling kick to half forward. Plenty of pressure around the ball carrier. Handball over the top. They need something to be clean here. A long ball from Freeman to the pocket. Knocked away from the contest. Bombers at ground level. Oh, went without a chance for Sandringham. Snaps a good one. Very opportunistic. Only needed half a chance. And I reckon it was Battle, was it?
Yep.
I thought it might have been Seckle, but it was in fact Josh Battle who came up with it. Didn't need much of a look, Stoney.
In the heat of the battle, 6 points there for the Sandringham side. If I keep coming up with those all day, boys, I'm going to be on fire.
Please
a good result, and Sandringham in the last 5 minutes really got their hands on the ball around the stoppages, and Freeman was in that, and it's just Battle got on the end of it. Good goal and good Rovers goal, really.
Have you missed that?
In the heat of the battle.
Oh, Stoney, please don't keep your powder dry. Need to just spread it out across the game. Now into the ruck is Sam Draper for Essendon, but again it's Ainsworth who kicks Sandringham inside 50. Francis coming in with the fist. Weikart overrunning the footy. Falls to Francis again. He's under pressure. Ball spilling clear. No one can get clean possession. Now an opportunity battle again. From 20 outs, he was pushed off his kick at the crucial moment, and it went wide for one behind. 2-2-14 plays 2-2-14. Good contest this one early. 14 and a half gone in the opening quarter.
Long ball heading to the outer side. Good effort in the air, but it's all Sandringham at ground. And White at the back. Gets onto his left boot, steers it into the middle of the ground. Brown worked his man away from it, allowed the cavalry to arrive. Hocking, good tackle. Couldn't pick up Rice cleanly enough though. Came to Freeman. Rice is back in there. Little handball backwards. Retreats by 5 metres. He has to go and get it himself, and he does. And Hocking got him again. He's going to come up with a free kick. Gee, she's a hot footy just at the minute.
Absolutely. I think it's a free kick going the way of Sandringham. Rice to take it at half back. Centre half back. Goes in short, and the mark been taken. Another opportunity here. Good kick from Canellan. He goes long, deep inside the 50. Got some nice carry there with the footy. Now D going with the handball over the top. Hartley just handballing into space, long, under pressure. Got some teammates. Guelphy. Talk about players looking for selection here. There's a number of them for the Bombers. Hocking in the middle of the ground. Goes over the top. Nicely done, Brown. Will just chip it nicely. Gee, they did that well. Merritt takes the mark, and he will line up and have a shot 35 metres out slide angle.
Good transition to footy, and really good play from the Essendon boys there. Mitch Brown got it across his teammate and shot on goal. So back to forward in a short space of time.
Yeah, rebounded out nicely when they could get the space going forward, the Bombers. Chance to put themselves back in front. So we've reached the midpoint of this opening term. Jackson Merritt already kicked 1 goal today. On the way. Nope, he's missed it across the face. 2-3-15 plays 2-2-14. They're in front by a point of the Bombers. Mother's Day football here on Peter Jackson VFL Live, Leedsy.
Good morning.
Or afternoon.
To Tash. No, I haven't seen it yet. Good morning.
Oh, we haven't sighted it yet, right? Good.
Away comes Sandringham over the top. Good contest from Boyce. He just did enough to make it difficult for the man behind him in Clavarino, and it's over the line.
Maybe
they'll toss it in.
Was that your gift? To just not be sighted the entire day?
Hope you phoned her up, Weezy.
You've got to stick to your strengths. Clear space.
Yep.
It's a gift in itself. Toss back in. Not much of that just here at this stoppage. Knocked away from Leuenberger. Good tackling. Answorth puts his head over it again. Langford's over the top of him. He's got company in Dylan Clark. And they'll toss it up 52 away from Essendon's goal line. 15-14. Nice bubbly start here on a Sunday afternoon. 17.5 gone. Little underground handball is good. High ball inside the 50. Sandringham with plenty of numbers flying. Who stayed down? Boyce retreats towards the line. Handball's back. Finds his man in Clark. He kicks another high ball to the top of the square. Not quite. Lavender was third in. And then he was well tackled. He brought it back into himself. I reckon he's in trouble. No, gee.
How appropriate on Mother's Day, boys. Lavender. Beautiful.
Beautifully set up, Stoney. You've still got it.
Some would argue you never had it.
Longer. Knocked away back towards the centre of the 50. Terrific pressure from Sandringham. See if he can clear this up for us, Pete.
What, the play or whatever the hell Stoney's doing at the moment?
Only what's realistic.
The vaudeville act going on down there. Keep it going, Stoney. I want you to keep going all 4 quarters, though. Don't drop off. There's the kick going wide here. Austin just looking for space. It has to be deliberate, doesn't it? No, the umpire says throw it in. It was directly going towards that boundary line, Stoney. There was nowhere else that ball was going.
I don't think he was looking at anything else, let me tell you.
No. Near the 50 here for Essendon. As the ball's tossed back into play. Leuenberger, he just held off at it there by Longer as the ball trying to find some space. Langford probably should have gone for that foot in the end rather than the bump. In dispute, they work it out now, Sandringham, but it might only be temporary. Still a stalemate towards half forward for the Bombers. Getting onto it is Freeman. Now looking to release again the Zebras up towards centre wing. And seeing it over is Tom Lamb, and the umpire will throw the ball in. Just the surface looks in excellent. You mentioned it before, Stoney. Excellent condition considering all the rain we've had during the week.
It's always down here with the rain. It really handles the rain real well. Sand-based ground and just really drains off. It's just immaculate, the ground at the moment.
Tells back in, centre wing. Leuenberger and Longer. Give that one to Longer, but straight down to the opposition, and the Bombers come forward. That's fisted over, but it's going to be a free kick to Boys, who wants to go quickly here. There's no one out the back for him to kick to. Brown's going towards him. He wants to just set this up. Oh, big fly there from Leuenberger. Came to ground. Longer well played it in the air. Little one over the top. It's bombed away from Patton. Kicks to the wing, but almost grasped on the wing by Essendon. Boys, good stuff at ground level. Mopped up, but Sandringham with the numbers. That was well done by Answorth. Finished across with Seckle. They've played it patiently. The important one now, gee, Mackenzie was off if he could have taken the mark, but he couldn't. And the Bombers will mop up. Long received it from Clark to Unan. Oh, he tried to shake the man, and I reckon he's in real trouble here. Oh, too high.
He's lucky.
Gee whiz. That is lucky. Because he had plenty of opportunity. He was ragdolled to the ground by McLean. But he still gets the kick in the end anyway. This one up the line, and I think there's going to be trouble for Mitch Brown as he came over the top. Advantage paid here for the Zebras. Payton working across. He's turned the footy over though, and now the numbers. Well done, Heath Hocking on a chain of handballs. Leuenberger getting involved there too. Working Sheehan. He kicks a long ball inside the 50. Hopelessly outmarked there was Boyce. Now leading in the race is Merritt. He just takes his time, lowers the eyes. The kick up to the hot spot. No one was there. Mackenzie first on the scene for Sandringham. Did well to get the handball away, and they should be able to clear. Into the middle of the ground we go. They actually do have some space. Ainsworth, the running player. Oh, he kicked into the player in front of him. Coming through McLean, trying to mop up. They're in a little bit of trouble, but they've still got the numbers. Seckle there as well. Works it back to Mackenzie. Mackenzie goes up the line. Half volley style. Has that mark been paid, Stoney? It has. Yes. Big long ball from Loney. He goes inside the 50, and they've got the mark. Working here, Lamb runs in, has a shot, misses near sides. Oh, it was a good build-up in the end anyway. Deserved the goal, but nothing doing. 21 and a half minutes gone here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. 2-3-15 apiece. Opening term.
Yep, it did deserve more. Little one inboard. Kicked 10 goals this year. It just seemed a little rush there, Lamb. Lost a little composure as the Bombers kick away from half back. Big fly in the air. Well played, Mackenzie. Terrific stuff. Now, can he kick the distance from here? He's not going to try. He sets it to 20 out, lambs the target, but he's beaten in the air. Really strong stuff by Hartley. And he can relieve for Essendon. That's a nice looking kick. Still working in their defensive 50. Little one over the top. What's presenting further afield here? Not much. And still got to go across the ground. Another little dinky one over the top. And they've found some space for Guelphy, who hugs the boundary line with a long kick. This is the big contest. Brown flies and has it knocked away. Sandringham have more numbers and first hands on it for now. Little one out the back, knocked away from hands once and twice and 3 times before it's hooked around the corner. Good stuff, Joyce. Got it away in the nick of time. Now it's a ball to be won at ground level. Bombers had it first. Mackenzie came up with it. In fact, it wasn't Mackenzie, it was Hayden, who got a little kick under pressure. Gee, look at the numbers around this footy. Battle tries to hack it forward. He can't. Bombers get it going forward. Won't be paid a mark. Freeman couldn't hang on to it. Players crash in everywhere. Hocking over the top. Knocks it towards the boundary line. Hayden with his head over it. He can't win it. In the end, the boundary line does. In the nick of time. And they'll toss it back in right in front of Mark Stone.
Jake Long just off the ground at the moment. Just had a knock to the shoulder. The doctor and the physio are both with him. I don't think it's too bad, but it might have been a stinger. But they're just testing the shoulder strength at the moment.
Good contest, this one. Bit of an arm wrestle on Mother's Day as the kick going into the middle of the ground. Coming through there, Noon. He tried to pick it up, couldn't do so. Now the Bombers with another opportunity as they move towards us. Ridley on our broadcast side. Clark putting it high. One for the Flyers. Oh, pushed out beautifully. Here's Boyce. He's got the whole square to himself. He just needs to pick it up after he bounced it. Oh, no. Oh, no. He had the square. He had the open space. He bounced the footy and it didn't come back to him, and then he was struggling from there. Goodness me. 16 plays 15 opening quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Oh dear. That might linger in the memory late tonight when he puts his head on the pillow. Chance for Sandringham at half back. Rice goes to work, knocked it out, well played, got it to Loney. He kicks to half forward. He needs this to sit for his teammate, and it does. Out the back, Hayden, little one over the top, and coming up for number 2. No mistakes at the other end, and Smith gets his second of the afternoon.
Oh, well, well, well. Gee, how quickly it can turn, Stoney, when you have a free shot. You're running into an open goal and you don't quite get there. What happens down the other end? That was so fast.
Turnovers and cost of goals, that's what happens. And Alex Boyce, I couldn't see what actually happened because I was just blinded by an opposition player. Did the ball just keep rolling on and on and on?
It did.
Yeah.
Went end over end over end, in fact, Stoney. Away from him.
At the wrong time. No one wants that sort of end-over-ender.
By the way, yeah, you go first.
20 points, the Tigers in front of North Melbourne, half-time.
And the Pies hang on, 13-13-91 to Geelong 13-9-87. Final score at the Holden Centre. So, big win there for the Pies. Ainsworth on hands and knees, just needs to clear the area, can't do so. Still got an opportunity to clear here, longer. Just handballed into space. Now it's been turned over. Oh, really hard and close quarters. Attacked up towards half forward. Coming out to meet the footy was Austin. Oh, he turned it over again. Right, Boyce. He's going to hand it off this time. And Newton should kick the goal. And he does. Probably a sensible move, I would have thought, considering what happened before. And Newton comes in and puts his first on the board. So a couple of turnovers here causing a few problems. And they move themselves along to the scoreboard updates for me. 3-3-21 is Sandringham. Have we got three goals or 4 goals?
Could be 3 goals, 5 maybe.
3-4-22. In this opening quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live, 26 minutes gone in the opening term. It's nice to see the old scoreboard still in operation at some of these grounds.
It is. And we're back in the middle. Both teams able to register on it nicely in this first term. Driven inside the 50 for the Bombers. Out the back, Sandringham get there first. Goddard headed for the wing. Can he pick a target? They've got numbers in supply here, the Bombers, although well played by Sandringham's defence. Goddard's going to go in and help. Union's there. He was brought to ground in a strong tackle. Well played. That was from Payton, Ben Payton, doing some desperate work.
Do you supply sun cream, Pete? It's a beautiful day here at Trevor Bush. If you're listening, please come along and pop in. It's just a great game of footy.
I tell you to wear your hat, Stoney, and you're in the shade anyway.
Here's Leuenberg. You're going to make a great parent, Pete. A little one over the top. Covers up a great manner of Sin's instruction. Gets it to the wing. And now it's going to be picked up. Well played, Hartley. Heard a call and found his man. Beautiful stuff at ground level. A little one around the corner. Okay for Leuenberger, who just got in the right place at the right time. Essendon building. Beautiful kick.
Oh, yes.
From a big man to deliver on the lead for Union. He didn't have to break stride. And it would have just about popped a rib. It was coming in that quickly. He'll kick from just on the arc.
It'll take a good kick here too, Michael, because the breeze in his teeth and the teeth of goal there, right in the middle.
So he's got 13 so far in 2018, including one today. Well, he's going to set this at the top of the square. Sandringham had the numbers in the air. Oh, too high. Lack of discipline. Silly, silly, silly stuff from Rice. And it'll be a kick for goal from 25 out. Little bit of push and shove. Just lacked sense. It was a reckless high tackle. It wasn't an initial one that slipped up. It was just high to start and high to finish.
Well, it was all the way through, and Jordan Houlihan here, who's got it. I mean, in terms of the instruction manual about high tackling, Leedsy, that one you can cut up and put in the manual.
Yeah, I don't think
It
the
was quite
coaches
obvious.
will be thrilled with that. There was a little bit of panic in that when there didn't need to be. Houlihan, for his side's fourth of the afternoon, should have no troubles from where he is, and he doesn't. He's got a sore head and a goal. 28-21. Good game of footy in the opening term here. Sandringham hosting Essendon.
Almost 29 minutes gone in the opening term. It has been an entertaining contest, but you just feel, Stoney, that Essendon just getting the edge.
Yeah, they're playing a better football. They're teaming really well, and their forward line looks really dangerous. Even though Sandringham have gone coast to coast on a couple of occasions, and been able to get some goals really easy at the other end. So it's a really good game of footy, and just in the balance at the moment.
Bringing some scores from the other games in the Peter Jackson VFL at quarter time as Longer getting the tap down for Sandringham. Ball still in dispute in the middle of the ground. No one can break clear. The umpire will come in and intervene. 28 plays 21. We have a balloon artist who's been roaming around the ground today, which has been fantastic, Stoney. I know you're looking to get a giraffe or an elephant or something along those lines, a cat.
Maybe good things from others though, maybe not.
But maybe not. Seckle, just a long ball deep inside the 50. It carries the pack. Battle there. Got to get his foot to it. He does. Did well just to shake his opponents. And Battle kicks his second goal of the afternoon. And they move on to 4-3-27, playing 4-4-28. 30 minutes gone in this opening term. It is now starting to open up a little bit as we've moved into red time.
Battle won the test of strength there. He certainly got them the end of that for his second. And as I was talked about before, out of the middle, straight down, long kicks, and it gives you right forwards a lot of opportunities, and a goal there to Sandringham.
His second, Smith 2. For the Bombers, all singles. Merritt, Houlihan, Minot and Noonan. We're back in the middle. Good game of footy this, developing nicely as we head towards quarter time. Freeman, handball backwards. Loney had it taken away from him at ground level. Gee, went again did Loney, but so did Minot. Good contest out the back. Here's a chance for Noonan, received the handball. Oh, got round four of them. Beautiful stuff, and then squared it across the ground along. Who takes the mark 48 out, and just as well, he didn't play on and try and find a man, because it would have been stuck mid-air and they would have been without a shot. They lead by a point, and the quarter time siren has sounded. Can he get the distance here, Stoney?
Take a good kick.
He's pretty casual on the approach. He's hit it nicely but not sweetly enough, and that will be the quarter time score. It's the Bombers 4-4-28 to Sandringham 4-3-27.
All right, let's take a look at the goal kickers to quarter time as everyone in the crowd, everyone making their way on. Beautiful sun-drenched Trevor Beach Oval for the Bombers. All singles, Merritt, Houlihan, Minotts and Noonan. And 2 goals apiece for Smith and Battle for Sandringham. That is their 4 goals so far. A 1-point ball game in favour of the Bombers here at quarter time. And just a quick update around the grounds, one of the matches. 28 minutes gone at Casey Fields. It's Casey 3-4-22 leading Box Hill 3-2-20. We'll keep you up to date with the quarter time scores there. And also down at Frankston earlier today, wins for Richmond and also Essendon. Plenty to look forward to. We'll get inside the huddles at quarter time and back with plenty more next on Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any 2 suits for $8.95. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
But it's your job. You'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it, doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
Where you go?
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer.
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au.
And upgrade to digital.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota Top 5 Plays of the Week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wickham first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved. Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved. Your Peter Jackson VFL club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
And this is quarter time here on Peter Jackson VFL Live, and 4-4-28 playing 4-3-27. Essendon leading Sandringham at quarter time. We'll get to Stoney, who's in the huddles, having a listen to what the coaches are having to say, and we'll go around the grounds, so we've got the opportunity as well. Peter Ricardo, Michael Leeds, and Mark Stone with you this afternoon on a beautiful day for football in Melbourne, around all the grounds. What do you got for us AFL-wise?
Just gone into the third term, and it is still Richmond by 20 points, 8-4-52 to 5-2-32.
So they clear out. Now, I'm trying to remember which huddle Stoney was going to.
Okay, Dan. Good, mate. First quarter, the head you've seen against the Breeze?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. We were sort of, it was a fair bit of heat on the ball around the contest, and obviously Sandy a really good contested side, and we pride ourselves in that area as well. So it's going to be a battle in there in terms of that, but happy with the output we got, and particularly I suppose against a little Breeze here to be able to finish off and put some good score on the board.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you.
No worries.
Beautifully done, Dan Jordan, the Essendon coach. That answered that question, Stoney, as to which huddle you were actually in there.
Sorry, mate. Just in the spur of the moment type thing.
Now, Stoney, most importantly, can you please run us through what Essendon have set up with their drinks set up with the trolley? Gatorade have gone to the next level.
It's not bad, is it? Actually, I looked at it. I thought that's a good concept.
Well, describe it for the people who can't see it at the moment.
It's a three-tiered, two-wheeled Segway type scenario. So those who have ridden a Segway know how the Segway works on a two-wheel, controlling by your knees and your ankles. And there's got you've got 8, 12 bottles in a 3-section tiered Segway type vehicle. How's that go?
Right. Is that what you would have said, Leedsy?
Perfect.
Well, it's a great way to do it. Why not? Innovation in drinks.
Just wheel it out there, 2 wheels, just drinks are there, not heavy, balanced, just works.
Tell you what else is working. Casey's working well. Quarter time down at Casey Fields, 4-4-28, leading 3-2-20. Casey over Box Hill. Goal after the siren there for the Demons, getting the job done. And we'll give you a score from the other game. Coburg taking on Frankston in just a few moments, but they're about ready to go in the second quarter as the last of the spectators make their way off. The drink Segway makes its way off the ground, and I'm going to have to have a closer look at it at half time.
They'll paint this thing here, I reckon. It's very good.
If they haven't already. Leedsy, take us away in the second quarter. 1 point the difference.
I've missed the Peter Jackson VFL. It's knocked away from the ruck contest at ground level. Good stuff from Freeman. Mackenzie goes on his left boot, heads to the scoreboard wing. Now this is a good, honest contest. Merritt got there second. That was well played initially. Had composure before he kicked it from Seckle. It was chopped off by Langford. Got away with one. Gives the handball back now. Retreats by 10 metres. They need some support. It's not forthcoming. Long ball from Haydon. Goes inside the 50. Well played, Hartley. Gee, looks composed. And he takes the mark. Dangerous ball inside, but it works okay.
I'll tell you, sorry to break in there. 25 minutes played in the first quarter. 44 plays 3. Frankston leading.
Wow.
Now, there's probably a bit of breeze in that, maybe, but even still, goodness me.
Gee, Francis back out there playing well. He got it and kicked a long ball that ended up just trickling over the line, and they'll toss it in. Bombers attacking side of centre wing.
That is a quarter time score. 7-2-44, playing 3 behinds. Amazing result down there.
There will be a breeze there.
I would suggest, but we can't tell. We'll see if we can find out as the ball here in dispute. Chance again for the Bombers as they just launch. Zerg Thatcher being forced back. Hartley the quarterback role. He's just going to go across the ground and they line up nicely. Ridley will just go short. Again, they've got time. Clark, they're just not going to blaze away, and that's what you like to see. Merritt will go back to Clark. So they run along centre wing. Now the kick up towards half forward. Hockey spoiled his opponent in the end. And now an opportunity, Unan. He's just going around circles. He just puts the ball up. And a turnover. The mark has been taken by White.
Essendon have got the breeze in this second quarter, so 2 to 3 goal breeze to that's the northern end.
As White goes long. Trying to find Longer. Couldn't do so. Falls to Leuenberger. He goes backwards. They've still got the ball here. Zerg Thatcher for Essendon. As they look to reset through the middle of the ground. Back there to Clark. Now they've got an opportunity again. And the man who had it in the first place has got it back again. Leuenberger. 1 point the difference. Early stages second quarter. Leuenberger goes long and deep. Again, a couple of Bombers players spoil each other. It's set for Unan. He's immediately tackled. Good tackle by Seckle. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
So who did you like more, Stoney? Close scores, but who did you like more out of that first term?
Essendon, I reckon. Sandringham got their goals easy, but Essendon were working hard and their forward line was really dangerous. So they were the more dangerous type. It was even money, but I think Essendon just got their nose in front.
And that pressure you talked about, Stoney, has come up with a free kick just outside the arc. It'll be a long kick on goal, but you reckon, Stoney, that the breeze is heading down that way might just assist Jordan Ridley.
Yeah, he's gone for a short pass.
He went to Merritt.
So left hand goalpost here.
He's not confident either. He's going to go with a short ball. Hartley now.
He
the
has
man
got
who
a big
operates
kick.
in the back 50 gets the opportunity with the breeze. He's got to tell everyone, it's not right now, gentlemen. And he's very
How
confident.
far out is he, Michael?
He'd be 96 if he starts his run-up. And he's just kicked a horrible ball inside the 50, going for the panic attack perhaps. Here's Union, picks it up at ground level. Handball okay, came along, one step, goal. Well, all's well that ends well, but I'm not sure that he got great contact on that ball.
Carry on the breeze, boys.
Oh, now Stoney. We'll give the score in a moment, but it just seemed the great man, John Menny, just wandered out of his administration centre, looking over at us, thinking, how the hell did you get back in here?
Good to see him at the football.
It is, absolutely.
I seen Jerry Ryan yesterday too. Said he's going to wander down today.
Good to see. Well,
yeah, he's good to see.
To have a chat with him
he's
as well.
Been on holidays and just got back from overseas jaunt, but looking forward back at the football now again.
Around the grounds there, Leedsy?
Yeah, it's back to 15 points. Richmond still in front of North Melbourne.
Ball back in the middle as Leuenberger getting the tap down. Clark to run onto it, just paddling it in front of him. Was worried off it there by Payton. Still going back in. Second, third, fourth efforts excellent. Under pressure. Ball eventually released. We're in dispute. Working hard, Loney. His kick, a spearing ball inside the 50, is being cut off. Working there, Zirk Thatcher. His kick up the line is good, and the mark taken by Houlihan, who kicks into the middle of the ground. That's okay. Clark on the end of it, works it across. Guelphy kicking up towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Lavender getting his hands to it, couldn't drag it down. Player pushed off the footy for Sandringham. Now it's in dispute. Lavender deciding to go the punch to Langford. He's almost 360, brushed the tackle. 55 from goal. He puts it up for Union. It falls again. Lavender left shoe. Kick going high to the goal square, marked by Boyce. He was under all sorts of pressure, but he managed to go clunk. And a very, very nice mark. Good effort from Lavender too, just to put that ball up nice and high. It's going to be a tight angle, but only 15 metres out, but really tight the angle here for Boyce.
Is he a left footer? Not sure.
In he comes. No. Easy as you like, no problems there. And Boyce is on the board. His first goal of the afternoon. And Essendon starting to put the foot down. You want to maybe see some response from Sandringham as we're into this second quarter. We've played 6 minutes. 6-4-40, place 4-3-27 here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
And Essendon have got the breeze in this quarter and using it quite nicely. But around the stoppages and the packs, that Essendon want the football more. Leuenberger's controlling the ruck at the moment, so he's giving his sort of like smaller play a bit of an armchair right at the moment.
Liked some of what Zirk Thatcher's done in the back half too in the last couple of minutes. Probably top 15 names in the VFL type nomination.
Agree. I looked at it, thought yes.
Good one out the back. Langford got it from Leuenberger, goes inside the 50. Union couldn't take the mark at ground level. Boyce is lurking. It's knocked away. Oh, good stuff from Sandringham. Just a desperate hack off the ground. Buys themselves 50 metres. Here he is, Zirk Thatcher. Handball inboard. They need to mop up. Little one underground. Made it difficult. They were treated okay. Hind needs to be quick, and he is. Little one over the top. Well played. Zirk Thatcher's on the end of it. Handball inboard, and now the steering kick finds its target, and Merritt is on the end of it.
I'll tell you what, talk about players looking for a call-up next week into Essendon's AFL side. I think Jackson Merritt would have to be up there.
He'd be in the mix for sure.
He's looked in control this afternoon. So this one is right up against the boundary line. He'll have about 44 to cover. He just sets it on its way. It's close, it's close. It's hitting the post. Missed it by that much. One behind.
Hit the woodwork.
41 to 27, 8 gone, second term.
So a little warning from the umpire. Did it go over? No. Mark's been taken in the back pocket, so that's okay. They're just taking their time as the ball heading up to half back. Oh, mix of hands. D couldn't come down with the mark. Working there, Langford for Essendon to Leuenberger. Brushes the tackle, then goes on the right shoe on the top of the goal square. Flying way too early was Sam Draper. And the defensive mark has been taken. He flew as sunrise, needed to be sunset, Leedsy.
Long ball going to come from half back. And again, there's a repeat offender there on in an opposition jumper.
It said he went early. You got the reference, didn't you?
I did. I was amazed that Clavarino followed his lead and did exactly the same thing. Is that a Bombers champion wandering around at half forward there near where this is going to be thrown in there, Stoney? And his young fella attached to his left hand. Working at ground level, Loney, long ball, looking for a contest. Hartley just too strong against Battle, and he fists it over the line.
Good crowd too. Good crowd building up here on a Sunday at Mother's Day. Beautiful blue skies ahead.
Oh,
above.
I think I know where you're looking at the moment.
Yes.
Someone you may work with?
It's a very good footballer. Love signing autographs too. So if you're in the area, come and see Matthew Lloyd and ask him for one. At ground level, Loney found Rice, kicks a high ball, just going to hang inside. Francis flew early but couldn't hold it in the fingertips. He was the only one in the air. His hind went under his head. He couldn't hang on to it. And now Rice is being wrapped up. And they're going nowhere. They'll toss it up defensive side of centre wing for Essendon, 41-27. Almost 10 gone in this second term.
Insider knowledge. There's the ball here about to be tossed up.
I assume he loves giving them. He certainly enjoyed taking them from Eddie Betts not that long ago.
That's working here, Clark. Oh, it's a good kick. They've got great movement, Boyce. Kick almost smothered, but he put it straight inside 50. It's a deep ball running onto it here. Joyce did well just to gather it. It's a dribbling ball, but it's into its teammate's path, and that's all that was required. Weikart, the captain, great to see his development over the years. Sorry, it's Ainsworth who's the captain. Weikart, well, he might be a future leader of this club as the ball working in Seckle. Now he's turned it over on half forward, brought down the tackle. Clavarino still managed to get the ball away. Now working the space, Seckle again, getting the handball, nicely done. Canellan can go for a run, now needs to cut back inboard. He's got no one really to kick to. Now he just waits for his teammates to arrive and kicks it straight to Aaron Francis. Probably not what he was looking for.
Who comes back inboard, they're looking dangerous, the Bombers. A little one backwards here, retreats by 15 metres behind. He's going to drive it to centre wing. They need a contest from Big Draper. It's knocked away. Sandringham 3-on-1 at ground level. Well picked up at ground level from Freeman. Handball inside. The kick is no good. Francis takes it in front of Battle, and he can relaunch the Bombers from centre half back.
Ball lobbed in shorts. Heppel has taken the mark.
I liked him with long hair.
Yeah. Yep. And the kick, well, intended for Merritt, but Noon got there first. Clean bowled both of them as they head towards the boundary line. On that outer side, the scoreboard side, it's kept in. Guelphy takes the mark. Centre wing now needs to get something going. They do. Working inboard. Minot's his kick. Was just trying to release the footy. He's going round and round in circles. Works it back. Guelphy again. His kick smothered. Now a chance for the Zebras. Here's Weikart. Great seeing his development over the years through the Development League here at Sandringham. Into Battle. Battle in the middle of Trevor Barker Beach Oval. His kick is good. Almost stacked there, that player, as the kick going inside 50 into the corner. And again, they're just being outmarked. Aaron Francis, his third mark in as many minutes down back. And he'll kick across the ground and find Hines.
Exciting times for everyone. Essendon seeing Aaron Francis. Reads the ball so beautifully. And they've got it at half back here. Dangerous stuff from Crosby, but it works out okay. He finds his man, and Sheehan steers it into the middle of the ground. Heppel has it. Heads to the scoreboard wing. Guelphy's going to run away from his man Smith. Just got the kick in the nick of time. Heads to half forward. Brown's the target. He's got a couple to beat here. Noon's one of them. He's happy to see it over. And they'll toss it back in where the arc meets the boundary line. 41-27, second term.
And you're on Peter Jackson VFL Live, video and audio streaming through the app, Peter Jackson VFL app. Have you downloaded it yet, Leedsy?
I have. That's how I was listening to you two fine gentlemen in the car on the way in, waiting for the train to remove itself from the journey. Hind is being well tackled here, and they'll toss it up again.
They can't get rid of those level crossings quick enough, can they, Leedsy?
Not if you're running late to get to the footy, they can't.
Oh dear, ball back into play on this outer side. Saka trying to come through. And a free kick's been given away. It going the way of the Bombers. And they get to load up again. Lavender flying high, falls to ground. Boyce! Oh, he had a shot. Couldn't drag it back enough. 42 plays 27. And as Mark Stone told us, 14 minutes into the second quarter, Essendon have the breeze.
Is it died off, Stoney, or is it?
Still a 2 to 3 goal breeze, boys.
So Rice has the footy in front of Crosby, back pocket, right in front of the pavilion. He's going to kick down the line here, just urging his teammates to give him something. Longer's going to fly, strong hands at ground level. Haydon couldn't take it, spilled it out the back. Sheehan, little one, taken away though. Good stuff by Smith at ground level, got it to Lamb. They've worked it nicely on this near side. Seckle down the line beautifully, weighted kick for Battle. Oh, now they're streaming forward. Hayden's got the run of it, kicks it over the top beautifully, and he finds him. And that was a beautifully weighted kick, as Mark Stone mentioned. And Haydon has it. You shouldn't have any issues here.
Understatement of the world. They need this goal really to get back in. Obviously, Essendon started to control the game in the second quarter, so important goal.
They're going to lose our boundary right in a moment, seeing what's going on in front of us here.
For one against the run of play, geez, missed on the near side.
I've just been observing while the play's been going on what some of these Sandy volunteers and staff have been doing. There are plates of scones that are making their way out into the crowd. They're just, anyone who wants them, they've gone into the grandstands, they've gone into the crowds.
Mate, you know where
that
they're coming
sensational.
Now. They've run out there. They've run out, haven't they?
Guelphy, no, there's still a full tray in front of us, Stoney.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Gifts for the folks, some of the mothers here, Mother's Day, of course. Anyway, I'll get back to the footy. Austin, temporarily blinded by it. Hind running onto it. Ran into the tackle. Excellent tackle. Nicely done, Goddard. And sets his teammate running ball inside 50. They've turned it over again. And again, it's Aaron Francis. They keep looking for him. The kick, dangerous. It's going to be a free kick going Essendon's way. So they can reset. Crosby, the 23rd player, goes in short. Hind goes for a bit of a run, then puts a high ball up towards the 50. Brown takes the mark. How are you going with those scones, Stoney?
Don't worry, I'm just putting my eye out, mate. Let me tell you, where are they at the moment?
They are. They're working their way to the Go Zebras side near our commentary position. You might even get a gift too.
What do I get? It's a Mother's Day thing.
Our man Stoney. Well, have you done your Mother's Day shopping, Stoney?
I have. I'll take my mother out tonight, actually, to her famous favourite Chinese restaurant.
The kick on the way is across the face, a big fly. No one could sum up with the mark. And it's going to be rushed through for a behind. 43 plays 28. 17 minutes gone in the second term here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. A beautiful Sunday for football.
Oh, that wasn't a beautiful kick, and Zerk Thatcher's going to take the mark. He's too far out to score. Wants to get going. Well, there's a hole or two to exploit inside that forward 50. He goes with a high ball, knocked away from the marking contest. Well played at ground level. Sandringham had it, but then the Bombers' Houlihan lays a strong tackle.
Stoney, they're in your vicinity, the scones.
They're for the mums, are they?
I believe it's being distributed evenly everywhere. The gifts probably are for the mums. The scones, open slather.
I've got to concentrate on the footy.
Draper, Union, Stone gone. Boys chases it towards the line, and they'll toss it back in.
Well, if you're going to concentrate on the footy, you better be looking at it, Stoney. Spending more time looking at the bay side than what you are on the ground. Ball to be tossed back in, right next to the behind post for Essendon. Front position was Draper, couldn't get through.
It would be great radio if I pinched one of these scones, would it?
No, I think it'd be great radio.
Would it?
There you go, coming right towards you. Anyway, that's because we've got a flat patch in this match. We can actually talk about it, but it's deep into attack, and Draper over the top. McLean for Sandringham. Ball almost into space. Off a step Ridley. puts it up towards the goal square. It's going away from goal towards the boundary line. Right over by that Sandy by the Bay. Beautiful facility. We used to be housed in there to do commentary. We're told we're too loud, got kicked out. We're very happy with our accommodations here though. 43 plays 28. We've played 18 and a half minutes in this second quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Ball still in the forward pocket for Essendon. Here comes Union. G charged him with his head. That's holding the footy. He's got away with one there. He led with the head. Made no attempt to get rid of it.
Hey, look at this. This is magnificent.
Oh, he's found
Thank
him.
you very much. Thank you.
That's a remarkable performance from Stone. We've lost him. Here comes Sandringham. Over the top. Handball comes to Ainsworth. Back to Freeman. Loney. His kick smothered. There's good pressure and good intent from the Bombers. And it's over the line and they'll toss it back in, still in a forward pocket.
Not only is it over the line, it's over the fence heading towards the bay, that ball. That travelled.
Well, we should get down to Mark Stone to get the latest.
What a great initiative from the Sandringham Football Club, let me tell you. They are magnificent, those scones, jam and cream, beautiful.
Easily edible too. I've noticed you've got 5 down in the last 26 seconds.
It's not supposed to give away my secrets, Michael.
Well, when the tray's parked in front of you and you can't move the microphone to your face, that's generally a sort of sure sign that they've just been inhaled. That's extraordinary.
There's 6 mums behind you. They're very hungry, Stoney.
Yeah.
Don't call me Hoover for nothing.
That's the ball here. Draper brought down for the Bombers. The kick is only going to be temporarily relieved. The Zerk Thatcher has it. Half forward, going backwards to Hartley. Has to reach for it, but then has a teammate in space. Hines holds it and then kicks. Oh, it's delightful. Delightful kick for Ridley. And he takes the mark and he's going to go back and have the shot because the Bombers have the breeze in this quarter. He'll be kicking from just outside the 50 by the time he releases it, but a big chance of putting this one through.
Possessions game's been really good when they've lowered their eyes and got a shot in goal because of that, but just some really clean play by the Bombers.
So Ridley steps in. The kick, it's not going to be a goal. Has it got the carry? It has, through for a behind. 44 plays 28. 20 minutes gone, almost 21 minutes gone in this second quarter. You just get the feeling though that if Sandy can get one against the run of play, that they won't be totally dissatisfied with this quarter.
Yeah, it feels like Essendon have dominated without being able to hit the scoreboard. Here's White, kicks a long ball, is a free kick. It's going to go Sandringham's way. The advantage wanted to be taken just as well. It wasn't in the end because Zerk Thatcher can't get past a man with that good a name that easily. He was all over it. Long as the recipient gives the handball to Rice. Rice wants to go down the line. Ainsworth just did well not to get in front of Battle when he was approaching the contest. He comes back inboard, missed the target, turnover on Bombers, have it across half-back and they're off and running. Brown with a little one over the top. They need to take the mark here long. Oh, wonderful fist. Terrific stuff, Mackenzie. Goddard's got to go to work at ground level. Terrific stuff. It's a hard footy to be won. Boyce does exactly that. He bolts away from the contest and kicks to half forward. Early fly from Noonan. No good, but he bounces back quickly. Then he went to ground. Ball working its way towards the line. Getting back first is Rice. Well played. He relieves to White. Little left foot okay. Yep. Finds his man and Sandringham can breathe a sigh of relief.
Payton's the man and he goes to the outer side, the scoreboard side of the ground. He's turned the body straight over. Here's Hind. He can straighten up, have a shot. Low ball, goal. No, hit the post.
Third this quarter.
Poor peppering away Bombers without getting the ultimate reward. 22 minutes gone in this second quarter. And Essendon just extending their lead nicely as the kick out going into the back pocket. 6-9-45 playing 4-4-28.
Long of the target, but Francis too big and too strong and too good again.
He might have put himself in calculation next week, boys.
Oh, he's looked good, hasn't he? Just marks the ball so well. He's going to kick inside the 50. Knocked away from the aerial contest at ground level. Out the back, well played. Rice is on the end of it again. His kick smothered by a shin, and that might be out of bounds on the full. No, ruled to be touched. They'll toss it back in.
Around the grounds, 9-6-60 Richmond, North Melbourne, 9-3-57. 3-point lead to the Tigers, 25 gone in the third.
So ball to be tossed back in where the arc meets the boundary line. A couple of kids going for the current Essendon skipper rather than the past champion in front of us for a signature. That won't be received well. at ground level towards the line. Well played, Freeman. Gee, that was nice. Just delayed the handball and created some space. His teammate kicks down the line, and Francis taking it again. They've got to at least stick someone on him. Francis kicks across the ground through the middle and finds his man Merritt. Merritt's attacking side of the centre circles, kicks inside the 50. Brown, the initial target, spoiled away from the contest. Hocking is amongst it as well, but it's fisted over and they'll toss it back in.
53 plays 11 down at Frankston. Second quarter action down there. I'll get you a score from the other game in just a moment, but ball to be thrown back in. So the new general manager down here at Sandringham to join us at half-time. Leuenberger had the ruck contest to himself. Union trying to bullock his way through, was dispossessed. No one's going to get clear of this. The umpire should come in and does, and says, give it to me. So we approach half-time here on Peter Jackson VFL Live on a beautiful Mother's Day, Sunday. The weather can be quite variable these parts. I don't get down here too often. Far too expensive for me, Leedsy, as the ball here in dispute. Brown trying to get through. He was dispossessed as well. Plenty of numbers for the Zebras as the kick goes up the line, up towards the scoreboard, flying in from the side D. Couldn't take the mark. Now Lamb just trying to hack it in front of him. It's a foot race because there's not a lot happening backward of centre for the Bombers. And they've got the numbers. Francis there again. What a quarter he's having. Works it across Zerk. Thatcher. He's having a good quarter as well. Puts it up to a one-on-one. Trying to keep it in there. Freeman couldn't do so, and the umpire will throw the ball in. Need the scoreboard. The Bay Street side of the ground. 45 plays 28 as we're ticking our way down. In fact, 25 minutes gone in this second quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live. The Oz kickers getting ready.
Here's Longer, little one, out the back. Freeman starting to work his way into the contest nicely. Drives it to Lamb, has it fisted away on the second bite. Sheehan goes to work at ground level. Did he get into his man's back? No, allowed to go. Umpire said play on. Merritt came away behind. Here's Francis, gets past one, needs to get rid of it. Oh, it did. Brushed past a couple of tacklers, kicks to half forward. Union the target, but good stuff in front from White. And they'll toss it back in. 60 around from the behind post. 45 to 28 approaching half time.
Around the grounds, Casey 6-5-41, Box Hill 4-3-27, 17-minute mark.
So can the Bombers register a late one here? A bit of a soccer attempt from the ruck contest, didn't work. Stolen away at ground level. Ainsworth got it going. Zerk Thatcher goes to work on his man. Did well to force it over the line. No free kick. As McLean came through, that he managed to force a 50-50 ball.
You'd think that Essendon would say if they can get another goal, they'd be happy, but I reckon they wouldn't be happy with it. As I think you said before, the amount of play they've had, they haven't been able to convert as much as they could have.
Oh, they've had plenty of opportunity as well. It's been all inside the attacking half for the Bombers as Freeman goes for a run and turns the footy over. His kick, not the greatest, found Merritt. Merritt on the Bay Street side of the ground. He kicks up towards half forward. Brown setting himself. The fist coming in all over the place. Now spills free. It's pinballing around. Union likes to do that 360 sort of thing. Working across Mackenzie. Ridden into the turf. Not going anywhere, the umpire says. Give it to me. Right next to the behind post for the Bombers. As we tick down towards half time here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. And the Oz kickers have found the celebrities in the crowd. No, not you, Mark Stone. As Longer goes up, off hands, Unit off the ground, he misses. Just couldn't quite get a clean purchase on that footy, and 46 plays 28 is the result. 27 minutes gone in this second quarter.
There's a serious jam and cream shortage across Melbourne at the moment, thanks to Stoney. Been very quiet in the last 10 minutes. Little one from McLean, smothered, over the top. Bombers need to work hard at getting it back. Attacking the footy hard was D, just couldn't quite come up with it. In the end, they do emerge. A little one is okay. Hocking on the left, kicks from 49. Union watches it sail over his head. And they do get that goal. It's thoroughly deserved, 52 to 28. 28 gone in this third term.
Heath Hocking, that's why they really pushed hard to get Heath Hocking when he got delisted from Essendon. He's a very good leader from all reports and a goal cricketer as well, so good. Very fit person, so good goal, good result for the Bombers late in this quarter.
Just, finish the scones down there. Normally how this works on Peter Jackson VFL Live is that the food arrives in the box and the boundary person is there. I'm not used to this going back the other way around.
Yeah, the same, Peter. The cat got the cream. Thank you very much.
That's Mark Stone, everybody. He's here all week. No, really, he is. Ball back in the middle. Berger going to work with Longer. We're still in the centre circles and the ball's going absolutely nowhere. The umpire will come in and throw it up this time. 52 plays 28, heading towards half-time. David Knitzer, the GM of Sandy, to join us as this ball from Guelphy up towards half-forward. A clean purchase on a good tackle by Bailey Rice, and the umpire will come in, throw it up. Centre half-forward for Essendon, doing all the attacking in this second quarter. They have the breeze. Longer trying to get front position, managed to get the tap down, but he's going to have to pick it up again because it's going absolutely nowhere. Now a handball slid out, and Weikart getting the handball out, but that is half-time, and a big quarter for the Bombers. They move to 7-10-52, playing 4-4-28. And, well, they keep one behind in that quarter, Sandringham. 3 goals 6 for the Bombers. And that's where the disappointment would come from, I would suspect, there from Essendon, not really making full use of the breeze. The goal kickers, before we go around the grounds to half-time, and all singles for the Bombers. Merritt, Houlihan, Long, Minitz, Boyce, Union and Hocking. And, as we saw at quarter time, 2 each to Smith and Battle for Sandringham. So a good lead. 7-10-52 Essendon. Sandringham 4-4-28 as the Oz kickers make their way out onto the ground and the two teams make their way off it. Been an entertaining contest so far. David Knitzer, the general manager of the Sandringham Footy Club, is going to join us in just a few moments' time. But around the grounds, Leedsy, what's going on in the AFL, please?
It was Richmond by 20 points at half-time. They're back to 4 points the margin. The Kangas have hit back at the three-quarter time score. Richmond by 4 points, 9-7-61 to 9-3-57.
And at Box Hill, 25 minutes gone, not at Box Hill, at Casey, 6-5-41, Box Hill 5-4-34. We'll get you a score from the Coburg-Frankston game on the other side of the break. Plenty more still to come, but a lead for the Bombers at Trevor Barker Beach Oval here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any 2 suits for $8.95. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
Your Peter Jackson VFL Club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL Club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wickham first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
I'm at Digital Radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer.
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au.
And upgrade to digital.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota top 5 plays of the week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
Last year, previous Bayside Mayor Felicity Frederico, not because of the fact that the council involvement, but because she actually involved and built with me 7-8 years ago junior girls football, Victoria's first ever junior girls competition. So we tried to build in people that have some experience, know what they're doing, and are willing to contribute. So that working party's started. We've got our first thing we did was establish a football leadership statement, which is what we want this club to be about, and that had to be reflective of not just men's football, which it has been for nearly 100 years, but women's as well. And the next stage is developing action and business plans for the actual, just the nitty-gritty. Get a coach, get players, get support staff, build a team, and do it properly.
That's the exciting part. I think that when you go from nothing, from a no base to build it, it's a really great thing to be able to bring to what your club is.
Absolutely, and I think we've got to get everyone excited about their journey because the reality is this is the future.
Exactly, and that's the model that a lot of the clubs that we've gone around to, that we've seen over the 7+ years that we've been covering this competition, have moved to, because it can be a real community hub, and it's one of those things that you talk about here in your strategic pillars, to be identified as a community asset, that you can be the focal point for football in this area.
Yeah, and look, I've only got a short window here that I've seen this, but for 3 home games, I've seen very healthy crowds. Today's a challenge with Mother's Day, but even still, really good crowd, and very busy. And importantly, how many kids are there, and how many families? And the atmosphere is fantastic. And not that Senior Southern, where I came from, wasn't, but this is just different again. It's just, it feels like that community asset, to use those words, and that's why we've said that, because we want to make sure we hit that and maintain it.
Now, I know Bill Stoney's been partaking of the scones. He's had a great time out there.
In the right place at the right time, David. And
how did you get that? Because you're not a mum, I don't believe.
Well, the mum approached me, and I was on the bench, and she said, "Would you like a scone?" I said, "I'm not going to say no," and these boys are ribbing me about it. But before we let you go, come back in football. Did you play football?
Yeah, your hand is in the cast.
Yeah, there's a couple of your correspondents that you will know of in this industry, Peter Loesch and Paul Amy, that all were all covering this quite closely. They saw my registration with South Yarra in 3rd Division Southern this year. I said I was only going to play 2s, and the coach said, "No, you're playing 1s." Sure enough, end of round 2, halfway through the last quarter, I took a mark, played on into the open goal square, got tackled, and hand went down. Didn't think anything of it. Next thing, Monday morning, I got an X-ray confirming I've fractured my scaphoid. So I'm in a big cast. I've had surgery. I had a screw put in, and I'm going to stick to administration now, Stoney.
Well, speaking of administration, let's put you to work. Events coming up for the club. What have you got coming up?
Yeah, so one really big one that's coming up in a couple of weeks, which is our 3rd coterie lunch of the year with Brendan Favola and Dave O'Neill, Friday the 25th of May. Tickets still available through our website. It's on try booking, but through our website it's the most direct way. And the other one is our gala auction dinner in mid-June. This is our biggest fundraiser of the year. I looked at our budget. We net 30+ K from this event. So what I'm asking for is not necessarily people to come along, because everyone's busy, but I'd love anyone listening today to be able to go, well, you know what? I've enjoyed hearing what Dave and Sandringham are working on. We'd love to support that. If you can donate some items, contact us through the club website, and we'd love some items for that. But that's a really big night. And last one, VFL's inaugural Pride Cup. So this is to celebrate diversity and inclusion, embracing LGBTIQ plus people. This is on Sunday the 10th of June on the long weekend. Very first in VFL men's. We're really excited about it, really proud of it. I'm a big ambassador for this. I want people to feel welcome, safe and included when they come to the footy.
And people want more details, the website?
The information will be released in the next 2 days on that.
So sandringhamfc.com.au is the place to go. David, good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And
lovely to chat.
We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time, I think, because there's another Trevor Barker Beach Oval game, which is a standalone game. I think it's your mob.
Well, we'll make sure we have plenty more scones and hot chocolates and other bits and pieces for you that day.
That'd be great. Thanks for joining us, David Cadizzo, the General Manager here at Sandringham. A break. The second half is about to get underway. Stick around. Plenty more still to come on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any 2 suits for $8.95. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
It's your job. You'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wickham up first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
Your Peter Jackson VFL club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
Away we go in the second half. We'll give you the round-the-ground scores in a moment, but we are away. 52 plays, 28 Essendon leading.
Loney across the ground. It's going to work out fortuitously for Smith as he goes back through the middle of the ground by hand. Oh, well played Freeman, strong enough to break a tackle. Then he got it back to Smith, but he was under all sorts of trouble. Yeah, Hind got his man. Persistent pressure. Oh no, there's a free kick against Hind for Smith, and he'll take it. A couple of kicks away from goal. He kicks at the top of the square, and this time they do get a rare mark inside the 50 for the Zebras. It'll be Hayden McLean. He'll kick from 35 out directly in front.
Half-time score at Casey Field, 6-6-42. Casey, Box Hill, 5-5-35.
They haven't been able to do it often. Get a clunk inside the 50. They'll look more threatening if this fella can get going. 2 goals from the one game he's played so far. He's a lump of a lad at 196 centimetres. This kick is good. And the Zebras get the first of the third term. They're on to 34, trailing the Bombers 52. We've gone a minute and a half in this third stanza.
Now, just coming out onto the ground again, the breeze has dropped away. So it is a 1-goal breeze to the end which Sandringham's kicking, but certainly the breeze has dropped away. Now, we know from history at this ground that the breeze usually picks up in the second half, but not at the moment.
Half-time down at Frankston, 10-7-67, playing 1-6-12.
Who are they playing?
Suze Biolek getting the goal there for Coburg. Frankston playing Coburg. Half-time score. And we'll get a score from the AFL in just a moment. Ball back in the middle. Longer getting the tap down, pushing the ball forward. Langford coming through for Essendon. Now they've got an opportunity as they go forward. A high ball. Hocking flew high, couldn't bring it down. Just paddling in front was Union, lost a handle on it. Clearing kick away for the Zebras, but only as far as Long. He's had his head taken off. No call from the umpire because he bounced to his feet. Handball across, Leuenberger, 55 from goal. He goes with a high, long ball. Mark, no, not taken. And rushed through for a behind. 53 plays 34 here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. The kick going in short, and Goddard takes it.
A long driving ball from White, beautifully done. Lands in the chest of McLean to Loney down the line. A little bit of body work is effective there from Smith. Well played. Left foot, little ball. Sandringham working nicely. Left foot kick to the flank. Comes up short. Off the boot of Payton. And the Bombers can relieve from half back. Little one over the top. Finds Langford. He goes further across the ground. That was nicely done for D. Goes on his left boot, heads to the outer flank. The switch is complete here. Right underneath the scoreboard is Dylan Clark. He turns and goes and finds his man. This is nice use of the football here from the Bombers. They've got it centre wing. Chipped over the top. Might hit the man on the mark in the end. That allows Sandringham to apply some pressure. The punch comes. Spills for Langford. His kick inside the 52. Low for the big fella Draper. Goddard comes in and picks him up. He starts flailing the hands out, does Draper, indicating he can't get it out, and the umpire will come in and toss it up. So we're 48 away from the Bombers' goal line. Little kick around the corner while he's on the ground from McKenzie. Strong tackle affects the footy as it spills out. Long ball to the top of the square here for Essendon. Sandringham have to defend right on the line. Rice does once, twice and 3 times over the line. And they'll toss it in deep in the left forward pocket. 53 to 34. Would be a handy one for Essendon to get. Sandringham with the first of this third quarter after trailing by 24 points at the main break, and they win it from the stoppage. A long ball from deep in the back line is chopped off. D, read it best, goes on his left boot across the ground. That's nicely done, and Merritt chips a little ball to Leuenberger. So the kick inside the 50 is going to come from the big man. He's got Long on this near commentary side if he wants to try and get it across to him quickly. Ignores that and kicks a high ball. Needed himself to get to. Draper flew, but couldn't quite get hands on it. Little one at ground level for the Bombers. They can't come through quickly enough. Strong tackling from the Zebs at ground level. And the umpire will come in and take it off Houlihan and toss it up 25 out directly in front.
Here, trying to paddle through, no one can get clear. Good defending here from the Zebras, right on the goal line, and it's gone over and will be thrown in. Stoney.
A lot of the Sandringham players behind the ball obviously been defensive minded in this quarter with the breeze and little breeze there is.
Ball toss back in right next to the behind post. Longer getting the tap down, going through head first is Boyce. He's dispossessed. Ball looking to be cleared. Oh, that's a big hit. That should be a downfield free kick. Hocking very, very strong, and the Zebs player is down. Hines got it right near the boundary line, right near the interchange benches. He doesn't go over. The kick going across the ground finds Ridley. How's that Zebs player, Leedsy? I think he's okay.
He's okay.
Gee, copped a big knock. Anyway, the ball at 50. And Merritt kicking inside the 50 finds Boyce, who takes the mark. That's good transfer of the footy by the Bombers.
Just options to look inside for, be patient, look for an option inside. And Boyce, very good player. I like the way he moves.
He was on the turf. He just got knocked over 20 seconds before he ended up with a footy. But he was straight up and making a lead rather than remonstrating, and he's going to have a shot as a result.
So, in he comes. Long run up. He'll kick from 35 outs. And he's missed. Oh, they've had some opportunities today, the Bombers. 7-12-54, place 5-4-34. Cats lead by 13 in the AFL. 13 into the first. And 82 plays 69. Tigers by 13, 24 minutes into the final quarter.
1 goal 4 to Boys for a better return than that. Long ball around the corner. That was okay from Guelphy. Chance at ground level. Who's going to be there first? Geez, Unan's working his way into this, isn't he? He's just lurking dangerously every time the ball hits the ground.
Good pickup, Dan Unan from Coburg.
Yep, done a great job, hasn't he? You know he's a quality player. Ball tossed up. Leuenberg around the corner. 25 out directly in front. Good strong stuff from the defensive line from Noon. He came out and kicked a long ball, but it's going to be turned over. Francis gets his hands on it. Little one off the side of the boot, no good. Bombers turn it over. Here's Weikart. Little handball over the top. The pressure's everywhere, though. They're going to come up with it again. Well played. Guelphy through the middle of the ground. Nice half volley. That was from Crosby. He went further afield for Long. They're just working around the outskirts of the 50. Terrific courage going back with the flight of it. Forced the ball on Merritt. He lays a tackle at ground level. Players dive in over the top. That would be an ambitious call for the free kick for holding the footy. Terrific stuff from Logan Austin, who forced this 50-50 ball right on the paint.
So the ball tossed up. Leuenberger getting the tap down. Kicked away by Loney. Heading towards the boundary line on this Bay Street side. It won't be kept in by Zerk Thatcher. And the umpire will throw the ball in. Really good talking to David Canizzo, by the way, Stoney, at half-time.
Yeah, he's a really good operator, David, and comes with a big reputation from the Southern Footy League and just a really good, smart administrator. So he'll be really good for Sandringham.
Absolutely. It's the ball here. Heading towards the boundary line on the Bay Street side. Noon having to force the bump. Langford, and the umpire says throw it in. So 54 plays 34. Played 9 minutes in this third term here on Peter Jackson VFL Live today. Toss back in. And Leuenberger going over the top to Long, who's immediately tackled. Still got the handball away though, but some numbers in the way of Sandringham, but only temporarily because it's being turned over. Meinert working across. Now the kick going short. It's being turned over. Noon takes the mark. Half back for Sandringham as he settles himself and will kick a high ball up towards the boundary line. Big fist coming in from McLean over the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in. 54 playing 34. Almost 10 minutes gone third quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Cross in the AFL. Richmond by 11 points. The Cats by 14 points. 17 goal in opening term. And we're 25 and a half gone in the last. Where Richmond...
Did you just see that then? The umpire, the ball slipped out of the boundary umpire's hand.
Went over the fence.
If he sees that, I tell you what, Anthony, top 5. If you picked that up then, the umpire and the Sandringham guys gone over and pat him on the back. It was one of those moments that you want to forget. But he's back in play now, the boundary umpire.
He's thrown it the wrong way. He lost a handle on it, slipped, went over the fence.
In the beach road.
The umpires coach will tell us that that's a growth area for during the week when they review this match. At ground level, strong stuff. Umpire says give it to me.
I'm pretty sure Cameron Nash is the umpire's boss from AFL Victoria. Will have a nice little chuckle to himself too. He's a nice fella.
Cam, hope you're listening.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Minot couldn't get it out, so it forces a stoppage though. That was good stuff from Lamb. His kick trickles forward. Hind was there to mop up. Kick for Hocking, knocked away. Gee, Langford, terrific clean hands. Got it away to Hind under all sorts of pressure. Little one over the top. 3-on-1 for Sandringham. The one wins out to get the footy over the line, and they'll toss it in again.
Let's have a go this time. I reckon he'll laugh at himself, the abandoned employee.
He did have a smile on his face as it disappeared. Wouldn't have been so popular had it gone under the car tyres. Wouldn't have been an expensive mistake. Here's Long at ground level. It was just knocked past him. A long ball inside the 50 from Ridley. Terrific courage again from Sandringham's defence. It's White who tracks back the footy. Oh, boys took him without the ball. Yes. And now White pushes him in the back and says, I didn't like that very much. The umpire says, don't worry. It's your pill. You just look after it. Noticed on his player profile during the week that the St Kilda boys had really stretched themselves to give him the nickname Whitey.
That's a really good whiteboard session on that one there, Lacey.
I think they can do more. Ball at the wing. It's good stuff from Lamb here. He goes to get his own footy. It was 4-on-1. He spun out of a tackle that might not have been as strong as he made it look. Leuenberger dives in over the top and they'll toss it in. Scoreboard side of the crowd.
Even though we've got scorers 34 to 54 in obviously Essendon's favour, it's been a lot of pressure around the ball, so that's why low scores.
Yep, ball on the deck as the kick goes up the line. In the breadbasket of Sheehan. Has to go back in and get it. Trying to pick it up is Heppel. He's dragged down into the turf. Still managed to get the ball away. And handball volleyball style. It's untidy. Freeman there. Putting the fist in. Now he gets the ball back. His kick. Heading up. Francis. Oh, just worried off it at the last moment. Well done, Battle, to pick that ball up. Now they've got some opportunities. As the kick going inside the 50. Dangerous ball. Mackenzie has to be the tackler. It's eventually released. Chance for the Bombers. Handball partially smothered. It works back into space. They've still got the opportunity here. Holding is Guelphy. Did well in the end. As the kick going too far for his teammate. It's Rice who runs onto it for Sandringham. Crucial ball this one. As the kick goes up towards half forward. It's a bouncing footy. Hartley. Battle picks it up. Dribbling ball across the face. For a behind. Good build up again by the Zebras without the ultimate reward. 54 plays 35.
Certainly amongst it, Battle, isn't he?
13 minutes gone. You're building for another zinger there, Stody. I'll let you have it.
Crosby, little one over the top, found Ridley.
How he's got able to hold the microphone and all his notes in the other hand with these lines, I'll never know.
Material standing the mark. as Hocking takes this one.
Years of experience.
Looking for something to present. Miller's the man who's at half forward for Sandringham, standing the mark. It's moved on though. Sheehan. Oh, dangerous ball now, half volley. Gee, that was impressive. And Kirktatcher goes again at ground level. Got to be one. Crosby, he was well tackled. Ball spilled free. Terrific stuff from the skipper Hocking, who dove in but couldn't quite come up with the footy. Well played Sandringham. Loney received the handball, goes inside the 50. There's no mark. It beats the pack. A chance on the goal line. It's still in. It's still in. It's still in. Sandringham a chance. Back inboard, couldn't find a man. Ball to be one at the top of the square. Bombers defence desperate. They've worked it away from the danger zone until Paddle picks it up and snaps and misses. 2-3 for Battle. And scoring has been just that today, 36 to 54, 15 gone, third term.
Well, yeah, boy, how many opportunities did they have?
10.
Yep, sums up the day really as the kick goes short. Hartley did well. Got a teammate, Golfy, in the back pocket. Told to get on with it by the umpire, hugging the Bay Street side of the ground. Brown flew high, couldn't bring it to ground. Chance here for the Zebras temporarily. That's holding the footy decision. Smith had really nowhere to go. Good tackling pressure by the Bombers. The kick goes short. Ridley takes the mark. Oh, now in two minds. He goes short. That's okay. And now runners alongside. Made up some nice space. Here's Lavender getting it off to Merritt. Handball inside the 50. Turning around is Heppel. Putting it into the pocket for Brown. He couldn't take the mark. Now they've got some space here on the overlap. Matera goes short. Finds Loney. Loney off a step, still inside defensive 50. Two defensive 50 where Weikart takes the mark. On the front page of the strategic plan, and that's why. Works it across to Payton. Edge of the square. Point of the square. His kick goes in short. Play on the call. Ainsworth working there. He's got a teammate in space. It's Goddard who kicks a long ball inside the 50. Mark not taken. Working hard there. Heppel having to do the mopping up work. Got some teammates in space. The kick going short. Lavender has to take it on the half volley. There's a free kick off the ball. It'll be a Bombers free kick at half back. So downfield, Lavender to take it. 54 plays 36. As he's kicking in the middle of the ground. Dangerous, but a good mark taken by Houlihan.
So can they build anything meaningful here? Eunan's on the burst. He's working towards the wing. He's not going to go there. He's going to go to D instead, who takes a strong mark in the air. Now, Eunan might have spent a few tickets on that lead, so he's not offering much second time round. They've got it in the middle of the ground. Oh, Crosby, dangerous ball. Guelphy's under all sorts of pressure. Ridley comes in to lend a hand. They've got a hold of him. Ball spills free. Umpire allowed it to go on. Battle was there to mop up. Got it to Weikart and away goes Rice. Inside the 50. They need some use to be clean here. Payton, it won't matter. There's a free kick. It's going Essendon's way for running back with the flight and getting in the way. Can't do that in modern footy. D takes the mark. He flicks it to Langdon, and they've got it, Langford I should say, on the back flank.
As they reset again, the Bombers. 54 playing 36, scoring drying up, the kick up the line. Well, flying Leuenberger, he was miles too early. The kick going off the ground, heading in towards 54, the Bombers, but plenty of numbers for the Zebs. Working here, Freeman. He goes across the ground towards the scoreboard side where Weikart takes the mark. Centre wing, in short. Mark is taken by Seckel. In the middle of Trevor Barker Beach Oval. Sun drenched today, ideal for footy. Almost 18 minutes gone. The kick inside the 50. Lamb eventually picks it up at the back, off the pack, trying to bring it back across the goal for a behind. Oh, peppering away. 37 plays 54. They just can't get the ultimate result around the grounds, Leedsy.
In the AFL, the Cats by 7 points. In a final score, Richmond by 10 points over North Melbourne. 82 to 72. Tigers home after North got back to within 4 points.
Not good enough.
79 plays 18 down at Frankston. Frankston leading third quarter there.
Ball kicked back in. Crosby's got to go to work on Matera here. Did well at ground level, did Matera, but it's wrestled away from him. Strong stuff at ground level. That was terrific towards the line from Boys. He had a couple to beat though. Knocked back in board. Draper's got to go to work. He's well tackled. There's some pressure lifting here again, and it's taken towards the line. They'll toss it back in.
And 15 minutes into the third quarter, Casey 9-7-61 leading Box Hill 7-5-47. Earlier wins for Richmond and Collingwood. The other two Peter Jackson VFL matches.
You feel that Sandringham's had a lot of the ball but haven't been able to score, so that may come back to rue them, that one.
19 gone, third term. They need to hit the scoreboard here, the Zebs, and they're going to get a chance here. High free kick. Going to go the way of Seckel. Been good enough today as he goes inside the 50, 2-on-1, but fisted away with authority. Now White's got to go to work. He toe pokes it to the advantage of what he thought might be battle, but in the end, that wretched boundary line got in the way again, and they'll toss it back in. 80 around from the point post. Sandringham attacking. They need one. They trail 37-54.
So we wait for this ball to be tossed back in. It's in a position very strategic now, very deliberate, the umpire. Ball comes back in. Longer had it all to himself. Tapping towards the boundary line again, near the scoreboard, and we'll have it thrown in. 20 minutes gone, exactly here on the clock. 54 plays 37. Sandringham Stoney have the breeze in this quarter. They're not making good use of it.
The breeze which has dropped away, only a 1 to 2 goal breeze in this third quarter, but they're playing better football. Just can't convert. Essendon's defence is standing up.
Ball tossed back in. Draper doing the ruck work for the Bombers. There's the ball here in space. Matera. Oh, gee, dragged his Bombers player into the turf. And the umpire will just try and clear this up because there's a bit of push and shove going on. They did not like the attention there. Time for the boundary umpire to just get on with it to clear the space. Attacking 50 for Sandringham. Ball there, Longer trying to get it down. No one can break clear. Now it's a chance for the Zebras. Joyce kicking a high ball up to the goal square. Plenty of holding on going on. Juggle mark not taken. Dribbling ball towards the goal line is through for a behind. 38 plays 54. Essendon leading. We've gone 21 minutes in this third quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Bombers bring it back in quickly. Zerk Thatcher quickly away again to Draper on the wing. Looking for something to build for the Bombers. Longer stands the mark. Draper on his right boot, heads further down the wing. Boys got it in underneath it nicely and just slipped through the fingers. Here's Lamb, received the handball and then bombed to the wing. Draper with a big fly, knocked it down, but it's all Sandringham at ground level. Here comes Freeman, a little handball over the top, no good. Working towards the line. Was that a push in the back? Nope. Boundary umpire will get a chance to go through his routine again.
Getting a workout on that side.
Yep.
In the sun.
Good place to be, Stoney.
Very good place to be.
No scones, but nice sun.
About
Longer.
16 degrees at the moment.
Knocked away, fisted back down the line. Who's going to pick this one up? It's Essendon initially, but Freeman got in the way. Handball over the top. They've got runners just streaming through half forward. Can they be clean? Little one over the top, and that'll do. And it's Connellan who gets his second of the year, his first of the day, and they worked very hard for that, Stoney, but they were most deserving of getting back to within 10 points.
They've had all the play in this last 10 minutes, so they deserve that. They could have got a couple more, so they'll be trying to, 22-minute mark in the last quarter. They'll be trying to get another one right away, so it brings that margin back for three-quarter time.
Yes, good goal for Connellan. So, they need another one though, Stoney. I mean, that's the problem. They need another one on the board right now.
They do. 10 points.
Bring it back and to give them some hope. Not that they're without hope currently, but ball back in the middle. Good bounce by the umpire. Draper getting the ball down to Langford. Langford twisting, turning. Now the kick heading up towards attacking 50. Freeman getting hands to it, almost dispossessed, trying to come through. Hocking. And they've got the ball anyway. The Bombers inside 50. Over the head there of Merritt. They're under all sorts of pressure here. The Zebras players. And the defenders having to defend grimly. White to run onto it. Handball over the top is through for a rush behind. 55 plays 44. Stoney, as we try and fix up your mic. It's causing no end of problems this afternoon.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you loud and clear. It's just the static in the middle that's causing the trouble.
Ball through the middle of the ground. Gee, that was a gutsy kick and it worked for Lamb, who takes the mark and plays on quickly. Turn it over. This is going to hurt. Little one, was smothered. Bombers still a chance at half forward. Through a couple of sets of hands to Brown. Swings it round the corner. Long kept his feet. They all went to ground around him and he sticks it through. The Bombers away. They're 8-13-61. He gets his second of the afternoon. Sandringham 6-8-44. 24 gone, third term.
Oh, that snuffed out the challenge, you feel, Stoney?
Yeah,
for now anyway.
They wouldn't want to have that one. So Sandringham are playing a lot better, but you know, those sort of, I mean, the Sandringham defence, bad kick, turnover, cost them a goal. So turnovers obviously can win your matches, and that's what's happened this afternoon so far.
So, ball back in the middle. Good response by the Bombers. So we've got 24 and a half minutes gone in this third quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Back in the middle, trying to get the first clearance is Loney, and they will. Freeman, handball over the top. Now an opportunity is the ball going long. Missing. Another missed opportunity. Another flying shot at the goal. Loney the kicker, and Hartley to bring the ball back in for the Bombers. As wait for this to the kick to go long outside the 50, and Francis takes another good mark. Really nicely contested today by Aaron Francis. His chance to recall. He's done no harm by his performance so far today. As ball here though in Sandringham hands. Payton just handballing inside the 50 dangerously. D dragged down in the tackle. Did he have opportunity? No, said the umpire. Waiting for this ball to be released. Hayden just lurking. No one can get clear, and the umpire will say, give it to me. Deep into attack for Sandringham. They want at least one more, you would think, before three-quarter time, maybe two. Not what they want, they need, is the ball here. Off hands, clearing kick for the Bombers, maybe only temporary. Noon, they flew over the top, didn't get a handle on him. Might end up with a footy, he does, working with White. This kick going deep inside 50, looking for Lamb, but D drops into the hole, and he takes a defensive mark for the Bombers.
He heads across the ground, and he's found Sheen, who ran hard, takes the mark right in front of the change rooms. It's the visiting change rooms, comes back in board and finds Langford. Middle one over the top to Crosby. They've worked this across the ground, then he's turned it over. Ainsworth on the end of it. He goes quickly. Weikart, can he make something happen? From 52, his kick was smothered. Francis, he picked up the footy having smothered the ball and then went and just shook off Weikart.
Free kick, is it?
Matters precious little.
Free kick to a Sandringham player, too high, I reckon.
What was it for? Too high?
Too high, yeah.
On
Really?
the fend off, Stoney?
Fend off, yeah.
So Weikart's going to be the player, Stoney. Imagine would have practiced at this at training for a while. Oh no, he's done the same thing.
Too close to the man of the mark.
He's kicked into the player in front of him again. It's twice in a row.
Who'd be a coach?
What? Twice that's happened.
You're right. The coaches would go crazy, wouldn't they? It's a cardinal sin, that is.
Oh, if you're Sammy Hamill, you'd be really annoyed at the moment. Ball over the back. Can they get through here? Oh, Hayden had it dispossessed. As another whistle here. The kick was released. Oh, a bit of push and shove too. They're not liking Jake Long and Billy Longer. Oh, that's symmetrical. Which way is the free kick going? It's going the way of the Bombers. Mine it's to
not
take
bad.
it.
Not bad.
I like it when it works like that. As the kick on the Bay side, Bay Street side I should say, up towards the scoreboard. That's out of bounds on the full. That's gone and hit the scoreboard as if it was a handball competition, and it got a 5 instead of a bullseye 10. Right, so 28 minutes gone. Kick long for Sandringham, deep inside the 50. It falls to the back. Long able to run onto it. Handball across. Francis, defensive goal square. Weikart lost his footing, and the kick found Brown. Brown's at half-back for the Bombers. They can reload again.
Yeah, they can do some damage if they put one on the board here. Goes across the ground. Ainsworth's got the sit. The sun might have got in his eyes. It slipped through his fingers. Out the back. Chance for Lamb. He's got to go to work on. That was my man Thatcher Zirk. Or Zirk Thatcher.
I bet you there's not another Zirk playing footy. I reckon he's unique, one of a kind.
Inboard, especially if I call him two names in the one day. And it's Payton who's got it in the middle of the ground. What can he do here with a long ball inside the 50? They need something. Lamb got a fly. It came to ground. Francis was there to mop up. Handball towards the line. Ainsworth's got to go to work on Ridley. Nice little handball through traffic. Found his man in hind. Little one over the top. Trouble building here. Turnovers on. Inside the 50 they go. Sandringham. The target is Smith. They need a bigger man. He was too little against all those Bombers. Came to Brown on the half. On the back line, he's going to come down the line, and now he's found the half back line. Langford takes the mark, and it's 3/4 time. And Sandringham worked hard, but ultimately unfulfilled in that third term. They trail 6-9-45 to Essendon 8-13-61.
Yeah, interesting quarter of football, that one. Just the one goal 3 for the Bombers, but 2 goals 5 for the Sandringham side. And while they brought the margin back, it's still very much in favour of Essendon. The margin sitting at 16 points as we head to the final change. Let's take a look at the goal kickers, and we'll go around the grounds too, Leedsy, when we get a chance. For Essendon, Jake Long, the only multiple goal scorer for Essendon. He's got 2 singles to Merritt, Houlihan, Minitz, Boyce, Unan and Hocking. And for Sandringham, 2 goals each to Smith and Battle, and singles to Canellan and McLean. 8-13-61 play 6-9-45, and Leedsy Stoney will be going out into the huddles. We'll have a listen to what Aaron Hamill had to say. We'll get a chance to speak to him out of the 3/4 time break. But around the grounds in the AFL, I'll give you some VFL scores in a moment.
Just a reminder, full time in the Richmond North game, Richmond by 10 points, and in the other game, just into the second term, and it is Geelong by 6 points against Collingwood. 2-6-14 to the Pies, 1-4-10.
For Casey, 10-9-69, leading Box Hill 7-5-47. That's 23 minutes into the third quarter, and I'll give you a score from the Coburg game momentarily. 79 plays 38. Coburg kicking the last 4 goals of the game in the third quarter, so maybe a bit of a comeback on there down at Skybus Stadium, Frankston Oval. A break, final quarter action to come. Stick with us, plenty more. Sandringham get back, or will Essendon grab the win? Find out next on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Your Peter Jackson VFL Club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL Club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field, whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any 2 suits for $895. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer,
or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved.
But it's your job. We'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota top 5 plays of the week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
Looks to be the last game of the first set. Almagro leading 5-3.
And you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
And of course via the VFL app. Make sure you download it, the Peter Jackson VFL app. As we get to three-quarter time, Sandringham still in the huddle. They trail Essendon 8-13-61 to 6-9-45. Mark Stone is lurking around the Sandringham huddle as Aaron Hamill got a lot to say to his team to see how they can actually turn this around. But an interesting final quarter ahead, and I think the breeze has picked up ever so slightly as the team gets into their huddle. Essendon, on the other hand, they're all ready to go. They are set, they're in position, they're happy with the way things are tracking right now. As the huddle breaks up, Stoney, we are with you.
G'day, Aaron. A lot better around the ball that quarter. What can win the game this last quarter?
Oh, we've got to keep playing to win, don't we? And use the ball better, and we're actually getting them to defend us a little bit better. So when ball in hand, we sort of maintain and look forward at the right time. So yeah, a ball use, but clearly our contest work around the ball has got to maintain and keep driving forward.
Thanks, mate.
Beautifully done. Aaron Hamill, I haven't seen Sammy for a while. He's gone. Always sad when that happens, Stoney.
What's that, mate?
When the hair goes. I continue to fight it. No problems with my co-commentators at all.
Just good product. lot of treatment.
How can they treatment? How can they get back into this, Sandy? Do you reckon they can run over the top? In the
I just think their forward line's got to work better. They've got to get clear football, and this made a couple of really bad errors. Their forward line defence, Essendon's played really well, so it'll be about their forwards taking a few marks, and early on they've got to not get a couple of opportunities and get through the middle.
All right, final quarter about to get underway. 8-13-61 Essendon, Sandringham 6-9-45. As the last of the spectators and gates gets closed. Score from Frankston, 80 plays 44. So Coburg looking to come back, closing in on three-quarter time there. And the match at Box Hill, still that 23-minute mark score. 10-9-69 playing 7-5-47. As Daniel Union's in front of you, Stoney. And the umpire holds the ball aloft. Let's see. Bombers going to run out winners, or will there be a comeback from Sandringham? Leedsy, take it away.
Both sides 2 and 2 coming into it this afternoon. One will come away ahead of the ledger. It's the Bombers at the moment. Through Langford, who got it going to half forward. Needs a break and gets one. Draper kept his feet where his teammate didn't. He kicks a high ball, a hopeful ball, a speculative ball, a bad ball. Out of bounds on the full.
Ball.
And it'll be brought back in by Austin, who's just got to get something going for them here. An early one to get some belief. Goddard comes first, and that was well played. He was first at the footy, read the drop of it nicely in front of Draper, and he's got it at half back. Going to drive a long ball. He's got Longer there, and gee, good stuff from D, who knew that his man was being kept out of it slightly, so just floated across the front of the pack. Little ball is dangerous. Leuenberger to do a lot of work, and Ainsworth got a hold of him, and the umpire said that was his teammate's fault, not his.
I'd go to the third umpire for that, please. I thought that could have been a mark.
I would have claimed it, but that doesn't mean it didn't hit the deck. They'll toss it up centre wing.
Mark review as the ball on the deck here. Langford just trying to push his way forward. Eventually spills free long. Got a couple of tacklers to beat. Dispossessed, holding the footy as the result. Yep, Stoney. Pretty clear, that one from the umpire. And Seckel will take the free kick. On the boundary line, just backward of centre. As looks to push the Zebras forward. We'll get an idea of the breeze with Stoney in a moment. The kick, Hartley flew for the Bombers. Plenty of numbers down there for Essendon. They managed to take the ball away. Hairball got the handball away dangerously though. Clark, they've bottled up the space here, the Zebras, and that player is gone. They worked hard for that, and Heppel was the player who was in trouble. And it's Ben Payton who's got the free kick. Wants to go back quickly. What's the breeze doing, Stoney? He's going to have a shot from just on the 50.
It's a slight breeze. He's going to be kicking into the breeze, but he's got to go right-hand goalpost. He's going to have to. He's 48 out, so he's going to take a good kick.
In he comes. Payton hasn't kicked a goal for the season. He's 4 games. The kick's not going to be a goal. It goes all the way to the goal line. Fisted through for a behind. 61 plays 46. 2.5 gone. Final quarter action here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Next week, Werribee.
There's an injury here. One of the Zebra players in that contest has hurt himself on the way down, I think.
Did he slip over then? I'm not sure.
Well, a few players have done that this afternoon.
He's holding his right cheek. I just
Cheek,
don't want to guess. I'm not a doctor and I don't want to panic anyone, so he's conscious. He's being attended to by the doctor and trainers, and I won't guess as to what else is going on. It looked, Stoney, I think, as if he fell back from the contest and struggled to get up, so we'll keep you up to date.
It was more a contact injury as opposed to anything else that might be untoward.
Yes, correct. So he's up on his feet now, and that's good news. He's holding his right ear.
Yeah.
Right jaw.
Yeah, he might have. Maybe he copped the knee in the.
Pretty sure it's Hayden McLean.
He's running off the ground, so he's
good
okay.
news. Good news. We like to see them on their feet, and it is McLean who's just making his way to the boundary line on his own steam. So that's a relief and good to see. And we're just about set to get back underway. Essendon not playing well enough for Sandringham to count themselves out of this one just yet. 61-46. Still plenty of time, and if they get a run on, it will be a long quarter after that delay. So the Bombers to bring it back in. Hartley with a little one. Can he find his man? He does. Hind in the back pocket. On the back pedal. Looking for something to present. He's going to go in the middle of the 50. That's okay to Heppel, a reliable man. He takes the mark inside his defensive arc. He kicks over the top of the ruckman. Longer, not taken by Boyce. They're going to turn it over. Well played. Here's White on the end of it. Got it back to Rice. We've heard that combination once or twice today. Longer takes it on the wing, looking for something to generate in front of him. Kicks a long ball. There's a one-on-one, but it's going to be the third man in. And guess who? Francis. If there's anyone who's played that role better in the VFL in the last couple of years, I haven't seen it.
No, works back to D, across to Clark. I totally agree. What a performance it's been today, just sweeping up, under pressure. Long. Oh, it's a good kick. Little low ball for Leuenberger. Normally that would hit the players at head height, but it hit him at chest height. That's how tall he is. Leuenberger, yep, you heard it from Stoney, saving me a bit of work, finds Merritts. Still at half back, now on the Bay Street side of the ground. The kick intended there for Brown. He's got to go back and get it, then bumped off the footy, and the umpire says, no, you can't do that. Oh, no, it's going back the other way. Oh, I thought that bump wasn't legal. Anyway, it's going forward for Sandringham. Goodness me, D picks it up. He's going to be tackled too. Needs to get it away. Ridley under pressure. And another whistle. This time I reckon I'm on safe ground if I say he got caught high, Leedsy, I reckon. Keep going short.
Mitch Brown's got sore ribs and lost the footy.
Working there to Leuenberger. Still inside defensive 50. The Bombers look to clear. Like in that Brown direction. It's going towards the boundary line, and it does go over. We will have it thrown in. Just into attack for Sandringham. Score check. 8:13.61, playing 6:10.46. Time check, 6.5 gone, final quarter.
Sandringham got to get a goal now. They've got to go forward, take a mark, kick a goal, because Essendon will just chew up some time.
Yeah, they need a bit of a kickstart, don't they? Ball knocked back towards the line. They're winning enough of the footy at the contest. They go to half forward, battles the target. D in front, not paid. Swung towards the line. Chance here around the corner. It's a great effort from Matera. Is that through? No.
Hit the post, I think.
Oh, it was the fat bit of the post too. He's been robbed by the fat padding. It's one behind. They need more goals. Sandringham, Hind to bring it back in. He finds his target. That was nicely played.
There it is, your man, Zerk Thatcher.
Little ball through the middle, and that's okay. Leuenberger, they've been happy to use him at half-back as a distributor.
They have. How does he distribute it this time? Does it particularly well. Working up the ground, Draper. Back to the scoreboard on the Bay Street side of the ground. That kick goes, and Merritt played a good game today. On centre wing. Kicks up towards half forward. Finds Brown. Probably too far out to score, even though the breeze has picked up slightly, Stoney. So he goes short to Ridley, who's called to play on, and then continues to keep the ball long and high, and that's a great mark taken by Joyce of Sandringham. Deep in the defensive zone, he kicks across the ground. Now, how are they going to relieve this pressure? Ainsworth goes back pretty much from whence it came. Now they go back to the scoreboard side. Mark got to be taken by Claverino. He couldn't do so. Boundary line wins out. We'll have it thrown in near the scoreboard on the Bay Street side of the ground. It is 61 playing 47. 8 minutes gone, final term here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. I'll get you some around the ground scores shortly. Cats by 8. 2-7-19 to 1-5-11. 19 gone, second quarter.
Here come the Bombers, no good with a kick in. They just need something to develop here, Sandringham. The Bombers have closed the ground down magnificently this afternoon. This ball across the face, McKenzie had Hocking for company, no mean feat, and both of them see it over the line.
I think they've got to pull the trigger and actually go in the middle to try something, because going to the boundary line, just playing into Essendon's hands, really.
Yeah, 9 gone, final term. There's still time enough, but they just haven't got their game going at any stage this afternoon. Longer knocks it down. Can he find a man? He does eventually. Rice just toe pokes it out of trouble. Battle comes up and meets the footy. Well played. Little one to Weikart. Weikart down the line. Can he find a man? It's over the head of the lead from Goddard. He's got to go back and get D. It's a strong tackle. He takes him over the line, and the umpire will come in and toss it up.
Around
toss
the
it back in.
Casey, 10-11-71, three-quarter time score at Casey Fields against Box Hill, 7-5-47. Get you a score from Coburg in just a moment. Or Frankston, I should say. And it's 81-44. They're into the final term there. And Coburg kicked the last 5 heading into three-quarter time, got the momentum. But it's still 81-44, Frankston leading there.
At ground level here, ball to be won. Well played, Heppel. Got it to the run of Merritt. He went to barrel it. It's an ugly looking kick, but it might gain him the 55 he was after before it trickles over, and gave boys enough of a chance to get close enough so that it wasn't going to be paid for deliberate, and they'll ping it back in. Essendon attacking side of centre wing on the Mark Stone side of the ground.
He's got his own side now.
Yeah, it was a matter of time.
Oh, I'll get a statue of him there. Mark Stone eating scones as the ball here into space. Chance here, Freeman, good kick. 2-on-2 contest. They fly, no one can come up with it. Now an opportunity here for Sandringham. It's a high ball into a very, very vacant 50. Working hard, Matera. He's going to lose a handle on it. He had to wait for that footy to come down. And we'll have it thrown in. We'll have it thrown in 30 metres around from
goal.
The Sandringham goal.
Must get a goal now.
61 plays 47, almost 11 gone in the final term. Here on Peter Jackson VFL Live, ball tossed back in. Rucks go at it, quickly out of the pack, Matera, yes! He kicks the goal. 7-11-53 Sandringham, Essendon 8-13, 61, 11 gone in the final quarter.
Really good goal and really opportunist goal at that point, and they needed that Sandringham. That could be the spark they need. Really good goal from Matera on the left, and snap at goal, and he knew where he was doing. 6 points.
Certainly did. That's probably the most free-flowing of play we've seen in the Sandringham 50 for the game. From that contest, when they've had a stoppage inside 50, it's normally been the Bombers' numbers around. This time they found some space.
They've been threatening for a while, but just hadn't been able to get it the result.
Yep, well deserved and plenty of time left on the clock. Leuenberger couldn't find a teammate despite a wonderful tap. Ball to be won still at ground level. It's going to be the Bombers who come up with it. Heppel stuck his noggin over it. Got the handball away. Kick inside the 50. Terrific, courageous stuff. Couldn't take the mark. That was White. Spilled to ground. Boys, he was tackled. Umpire says he was legged. They took the advantage. The goal is kicked. Will it be counted? Yes. Hind the man. Gee, I'm glad he kicked it because he wouldn't have been too popular amongst his teammates and the coaching staff if he hadn't have. But all's well that ends well. And Essendon with the quick response. They're 67 now. Sandringham 53. 12 and a half gone final term.
And again, the immediate reply. When they've threatened Sandringham, Essendon have been able to stop them.
In some regards, Sandringham have to open the game up, and I suppose that that leads to open up the other end. So it's gonna, it might be goal for goal, but just got to try and get it back again now.
All right, let's see. Over to you, Sandringham. What can you come up with?
Breeze picks up.
Ball back in the middle. Important centre bounce this one. And it goes the way of Draper of Essendon, but it's hacked forward for Sandringham. Picking it up nicely was Sheehan. Works it across the ground, and they can just steady again. Guelphy works up the line. Player pushed under the footy for Essendon. Now who's going to go in and get it? It's plenty of Sandringham numbers. Noon one of those as they work it around Seckle. Just distributing by handball as they're going to go backwards to go forwards here, I think. But that could be dangerous. Austin's got a bit of work to do to try and trap this footy. They're all the way down inside Essendon's attacking 50 and need to be careful. The kick will go exactly where it was, where we originated from. It's incredible.
That's where the eyes are going again, Pete, back and across.
Yep, and the kick, not the greatest either. And this is where he can be carved up. But Sandy doing well. Noon again picks it up. The land ball across, and it's gone over the boundary line. So no chance to kick it forward as the umpire comes in right on the spot. 67 plays 53. 14 minutes gone. The sun going down. Trevor Barker Beach Oval is going to get real cold real quick, Stoney.
Yeah, thanks for that.
No problem.
There's another song I could sing too, but I won't.
Good.
Ball toss back in. Draper couldn't take it away. Strong stuff at ground level. Third man in. Is okay. There's a little bit of push and shove. Inevitable when the pack builds late in the game. 67 to 53. Not out of it yet, Sandringham. Just love the next one to keep themselves in touch. Towards the line. It's the Bombers who come up with it initially. Over the head there. A trouble.
Oh, bit on, but behind play too, leads in.
You watch that, and now there's another one.
Wealthy, I think.
Lighting up towards the line. Is the umpire going to give a free kick? Throw it inbound, the umpire. Get it going. He's waiting and waiting and waiting, and now...
Guelphy and Loney was the initial wrestle.
Calmer minds are prevailing, but it's building. Knocked down from the ruck contest. Who's going to come up with it? Hind. He was well tackled. No one can come away with it cleanly. Mackenzie's back on. That's good to see. Towards the line it goes. Strong stuff at ground level. That was well played. What can they come up with here, Sandringham? Little left foot kick over the top. Hoping for, but not going to get anything from Haydon. In fact, it's a free kick against. And D will take it for the Bombers at half-back.
Yep, and just wanting to just take his time, pick the right option. He goes backwards to Ridley. Inside defensive 50. As Ridley goes across, finds D. Still defensive 50. Bay Street side of the grounds. 67 plays 53. And the kick goes up towards centre wing. It's a high ball. It's off hands. No one can get clean possession. Oh, someone in the stand not really liking what we're bringing to the table today. This kick going long. Almost the hands up there by Goddard. He couldn't bring it to ground. It's on centre half forward, and now it's going to be taken away. Ridley's got some run. Handball through the middle. And quickly handballed again. Trying to find some space. His Houlihan. I think a player was dealt with off the ball. They were. And it'll be Boyce inside the centre of Trevor Barker Beach Oval. Works across. Hind goes back. Now Heppel. And they work near the scoreboard. Francis will slow things down. True centre wing position on that Bay Street side of the ground.
Is there a blood rule here?
It looks like there is, Stoney. Player coming towards you. Looks like Ridley's the player running.
Yep.
Thank you for that insight, Stoney. There's the ball to be thrown back in. No, it's a free kick, actually. No, sorry, what am I saying? That can be thrown in. Francis has got it. 67 plays 53, 17 gone. Final quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Sandringham, young Sandringham fan, not really liking the performance of the team thus far as the kick going long. Flying over the top there was Houlihan, couldn't bring it to ground. Boundary line wins out. We'll have it thrown in into attack here for Essendon. 67 plays 53. We're on that Bay Street side of the ground. 17 minutes gone in the final term.
Cats by 19 points against the Pies. Earlier today, Richmond by 10 points over North Melbourne. We'll get to those around the ground VFL scores shortly. Weikart kicks towards the line. Is it over? Yes, it is. Heppel's going to take it. Not far from the scoreboard. 17.5 gone, 67 to 53. Bombers in front. He goes inside the 50. Taken on the second bite from Lavender. That's no good. Over the line it was by the time he controlled it, and they'll ping it back in.
81 plays 52. Coburg closing down at Frankston.
Hasn't been a very enjoyable day for Bomber fans in that they just haven't been able to put the nail in the coffin. They'd love a goal here. Draper couldn't quite get it to a teammate. At ground level it's going to come to White, who's well tackled. Umpire says give it to me.
8 minutes into the final term at Casey. 12-11-83 the Demons. Leading Box Hill 8-6-54.
That won't do. Ball to be tossed back in.
Now I know why your voice is so raspy. I forgot you must have gone on Friday night.
Draper and McLean, it's not my fault. Decisions are made when they are. As it comes around the corner from Matera. Oh, strong roving work. Can they come away with it? They've just had a day of so close as Sandringham. They're still working underneath the scoreboard. Longer couldn't turn around in time. It's stolen away by Guelphy. He lost a handle on it. Fisted forward. And now it's going to be picked up by the cool head of Langford, who gave the handball and then just about threw one on the way through. Here's D. He kicks a long ball inside the 50, fisted away from the contest. Who's going to pick it up at ground level? It's Long, who looks most likely. Around the corner, couldn't find a teammate. The line wins out. And another minute is chewed through, and we've gone 19 in this last quarter. It's 67 to 53.
Just can't see it happening at the moment, Stoney. They're taking too long to get it up the field, Sandy.
Yeah. Essendon are playing a really good defensive game at the moment, really blocking every avenue to goal, and defence is working really well.
Weikart just tried to slide the handball out only as far as Heppel. He's on hands and knees trying to pick it up. He's on attacking 50. The ball will be thrown up. The umpire calling for it. 19.5 gone, final term. Here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Next week our game, Werribee and Footscray. Live from Avalon Airport Oval. Have the sticky day pudding ready. Penner, we're coming as the high ball. Oh, this is going to be one that almost brings rain. No one could take the mark. Lamb over the footy. Also there, Draper. He can't get clear for Essendon. No one can get clean possession. They pick it up, they get tackled, they have to release. And so the boundary line will sort everything out. 67 plays, 53, 20 gone in this final term here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Getting very coolish down here on boundary level.
Well, you had the scones, you live with it. Ball back, thrown back into play. McLean trying to get that tap down. Dangerous footy as Essendon just try to push forward, sort of scrum style. The umpire says, give it to me. I reckon I've got one more stoppage left in me, Leedsy, then it's all yours.
No rush here.
The ball tossed back up. Again, tapped to ground. Now, clearing kick for the Zebras. Zerk Thatcher had front position, couldn't take the mark. Works back, Heppel working around the body. It's a high ball. Good mark taken by McLean. He takes it and can reset the Zebras again.
So he's being asked to play on here. He does. Gives the handball to Rice. Little ball to half-back Weikart. Now they've got a rare opportunity to go through the middle. He does. Kicks a long ball. They need a contest. They get one. Can they come up with the footy? It's Lamb who's in a bit of trouble at ground level. Keep an eye on that, but the ball's still to be won. D goes hard. It's strong tackling stuff. Came to Langford. Can he get it away? He did avoid one tackle, but not the second. Whitecard at ground level. Ainsworth's there. Can't pick it up cleanly. It's through hands again in the end. They secure the ball up that they're after, the Bombers. Lamb's up.
Yeah,
21 and a half gone. Final term.
Admittedly, he did sit back on the contest. He didn't run into it, but he's okay.
Draper knocked it down. Langford, can he get away? Strong through the hips, and he does. Merritt's on the end of a chain of handballs inside the 50. Francis knocked away. Ball to be won. Unan's there. Couldn't take it initially. Doubles back on his right foot. Can he get it in? No, it's across the face.
Well, to me, that's the next best result over the line, hitting the behind post. So 67 plays 53, 22 minutes gone in this final term. I think it'll be a terribly long quarter. 2 goals, 1 goal I should say for the Bombers, 1 goal for Sandringham. Ball tossed back in. Trying to just get some space. Working there wide, just had to release it. He was tackled at the crucial moment. We go from 1 goal post to the other, 1 behind post to the other. We're now on the Sandy by the Bay side of the ground. We'll have it thrown in, 10 around from the Bombers' goal. You reckon one more will just about seal this contest this afternoon. Ball to be tossed back in. Oh, it sits up too. Leuenberger couldn't get a clean jump at it. Freeman trying to clear the space. Clean bowls a couple. And a couple more after that as well. It's Battle trying to pick it up on hands and knees. He can't get clear. They're just trying to paddle it forward here, the Zebras. Not much luck as Merritt comes in. He's got his hands on it. Just released it to Draper. His kick going up towards the top of the goal square. Fists come in. No one can take the mark. Ball in dispute. Union again to run onto it. He slides onto the foot. He has to release. Ball around the corner. Heppel trying to drag it back. Puts it out of bounds on the full. So Sandringham get the ball back. 23 minutes gone in this final term. 67 plays 53. They're running out of time.
They're shaky, aren't they? But Essendon cannot land the killer blow. Deep in the back pocket. Noon's got it. He kicks a long ball. Matera's got to go here. He's got 2 to beat in the air. Draper, one of them, did well to force a 50-50 ball. Heppel's a half a chance. It's stolen away though. Loney looking for some support. They go towards the line and that's where it finishes. They'll toss it back in. Claverino, the man who took it there. They need to get going, but there's no space. Look at the amount of players around this stoppage. If they can beat the last defender, they might cause some havoc. It's knocked towards the line though. It's going the wrong way. Handball over the top from Rice. Again, Merritt happy to see it over. Now, what's happened here? There's a free kick. Might have been on the full for a little toe poke. Can they take and go? Noon takes the mark. Handball inboard. Found his man and gets it back. They're building deep. From deep within their back pocket. Whitecard picked up the half volley nicely and they're off and running. Here's Freeman. Kick. Oh, was affected by the push at the last moment. Zerk-Thatcher. What can he get going here? His players are saying, just kick it sideways. Give us the mark. He does, but it was the wrong option. Turnover could be on. Rice takes it on the wing. Sandringham off to the races. Has a bounce. Looks for an option. Handball inboard. Found his man. Now Hayden gets to 55. He's got Lamb. Couldn't take the mark. Out the back, the Bombers have numbers. They missed the chance. Oh, Smith took his man high. He's kicked the goal, but it won't matter. It won't count. He was just too keen to get his hands on the footy. And he knocked Sheehan over in the process. He's being helped to his feet. It was one of those front-on ones that didn't look good initially, but it's all okay now as Sheehan emerges and he'll take the kick from the back pocket.
It's better when you get the free kick after it, I reckon. And he certainly did. He certainly earned that one. Oh, another opportunity goes begging. 25 minutes gone. So, Sheehan will just reset his kick. Heading toward the Bay Street side of the ground. Big pack of players, and it's an Essendon mark. It's Heppels who's taken it. I'm with you, Leedsy. Like the Dreads. Like his brother.
He looks totally different. He looks like a different player.
Exactly. Does make it difficult to call at times as the ball heading towards the boundary line, and seeing it over will be Claverino for Sandringham.
He's even got a different colour.
26 minutes gone. Next week at Windy Hill, the Bombers will face the Cats. And at Home Park, Beaconsfield, I'm not sure whether that's going to be there or at the Swinburne Centre. But it's a TV game. The Tigers will take on Sandringham as this ball heading forward for the Zebras is seen over by that man Ebel, and we'll have it thrown in. 26 minutes gone, 67 plays, 53. I think they're a bit too far away, Stoney, just like you are, as the ball is tossed back in. Leuenberger having to do the work longer, just trying to bullock his way through. It falls to Sandy hands, but not going anywhere in a hurry. Ainsworth, the kick was smothered. Now Freeman just tacks it on the boot. D's got front position, can't take the mark. It's in dispute, falls to the back. Ainsworth again, just handballing into space, but Merritt runs onto it for the Bombers as they work their way around. Hine just getting through some traffic, forced to double back at halfback. Kick across the ground, and the kick is good. And the mark's been taken by Sheehan Leedsy.
Yeah, it's been death by 1,000 cuts, but I think they're going to get home now, the Bombers. They've handled this last quarter to a T. Terrific pressure around the footy. Just giving them no space to breathe at all for Sandringham to launch a comeback. They're trying hard, though, at half-back. Rice gets the handball, heads across the ground. Noon takes it, wants to go. His little chipping ball is okay. Found his man, working to half forward. Can they get anything going? Canellan goes on his left boot. Oh, he just misread the cues.
That's been a tale of the day. Every time they've gone to their forward line, the Essendon defence has set up really well, and Sandringham returned the ball over.
Yeah, D takes the mark. He just goes laterally, going to slow things down. Hind, a defensive 50. Got to go man on man here, Zebras. There's a loose player back, and that player is Hartley. He takes the mark. Zerk Thatcher goes for him, deep inside defensive 50. He takes the mark. And he'll go up the line, find Ridley, who takes another mark. They haven't exited defensive 50. Hartley's still an option, decides to go back the other way and find Merritt. Merritt, who's got it, just slowing things down. 28 minutes gone in this final term. Go around the ground shortly as the kick goes up the line. Oh, Boyce flew high, couldn't take the mark. Working there, now a chance. Freeman got the ball out for Sandringham. The ball into the path of Seckel. He kicks the ball inside the 50. Looking for battle. It's been cut off. Another Bomber mark. They just, again, cannot re-ice the clock, if you like. Zerk Thatcher, the player. Fast becoming one of Leeds' favourites. Kick going up the line is going to be turned over again. Now a chance for the Zebras. Here's McKenzie. Off a step from the middle of the ground. Kicks into the same pocket again. And again the same results. Just a different player coming in to take the mark. It's Brown, Leedsy. He takes another defensive mark.
Remarkable. I mean, you've got it. I think, yeah, there's no winning there, really. They're too far down, so you've got to try and get it in quickly. Here's Francis flying at the back. Couldn't take the mark. Bombers might be off to the races here. No, they retreat. Francis. He picked up the ball and then kicked it inside the 50. Got to be careful here as White got through a couple there. Little handball over the top, or made life difficult for Billy. That's no good for the big fella. Union's at ground level. He likes it there. Got it to Heppel in familiar territory around the corner. And the mark is taken by Boys.
Around the grounds, 4-7-31. Cats, Pies 1-6-12. Cats by 19 at half-time, and earlier the Tigers by 10.
How many goals in the first half for that game, Pete?
In the first half, 5 goals in the first half between both teams.
They're refunding the people who've paid to get in. Boys has it.
No hope.
5 in from the boundary line. He's got 36 to cover, I reckon. It'll take some kicking. He's had a good day. If he had a kick straight, it would have been some sort of afternoon. He's got 1 forward to his name before this. He's got 1-5.
Around the grounds, 14-12-96. Casey leading Box Hill 10-6-66. 22 minutes gone in the final quarter. I'll get you a Coburg score momentarily. See whether they come back. The margin's back out to 48 points, so looks like Frankston are going to get the win there over Coburg down at Frankston Oval Skybus Stadium. As hacking it on the boot, Smith just trying to push it forward, but it's going to go straight back in again for the Bombers. Bit of kick-to-kick stuff coming up as this ball around the body is high. Off the pack, chance for Union. Union kicks the goal. He does, and that kills off the contest once and for all. Bombers are going to win 10-14-74. Sandringham 9-11-53, 31 minutes gone. Quite-ish game for Daniel Unan today, but he still comes up with the 2 goals this afternoon.
Would have kicked 2 goals what though? I mean, he really has been a dangerous forward. Every time the ball's gone in there, it's Daniel Unan who's around the ball. So he's a goal kicker and a very dangerous one at that.
And earlier today in the Peter Jackson VFL, a win for Richmond over North Melbourne, and a win narrowly for Collingwood over Geelong. Been a big day of action, and this one winding down with a big win for the Bombers.
Yeah, dying stages. They will go 3-2 Essendon. Very healthy percentage coming into this afternoon. It was sitting at 137, and they've kept the opposition to 7 goals, 11-53. So certainly won't be damaged by any of that. Draper's got the mark, although it wasn't paid. There's a strong chicken wing tackle being applied, and it'll be a Sandringham ball at half back. It's Clavarino. Siren sounds. It wasn't completely pretty for the Bombers, but they'll go home with the bank all the richer with the 4 points. 10-14-74 Essendon, Sandringham 7-11-53.
Good performance from the Bombers in the end to get the win. Just shut down Sandringham, who challenged at times, but they get the job done and they win by 21 points in the end. They led by 1 at quarter time, 24 at half time, 16 at 3/4 time, and then 21 points at full time. The goal kickers to full time for the Bombers, 2 each to Long and Unan, and singles to Merritt, Houlihan, Meinitz, Boyce, Hind and Hocking, and for Sandringham 2 each to Smith and Battle, and singles to McLean, Matera and Canellan. Well, tough day for Sandringham because they kicked just the 3 goals after half time. They had 4 goals to half time and then just the 3 after that. Mind you, their opposition didn't do any better. They kicked 3 goals between half time and the end of the game too. So the Bombers grab the win, and Stoney's going to grab a player in just a few moments. We'll give you the ladder positions and see how things are looking heading into the next round, round 7 of the Peter Jackson VFL.
Yes, boys.
Jump in.
Heath Hocking, good result. Great result today.
Yeah, we've sort of focused on having a good block of games that we've got coming up. So to come out for a second week in a row and play some good footy, it's a positive. The boys, you know, you got some upstairs stuff going on, and it's nice for us to just set the culture that we want to set. So it's been good.
Always hard to come down here, especially Sandringham, the breeze, and put a lot of pressure on the ball carrier though. Was that some of the emphasis before the game that you were going to really get in there and have a crack at the game? Yeah, well, that's one of our strengths. So each week we're going to come with our contested ball, pressure on the ball, and they're ranked 3rd. So it was a great contest all day, and you know, you can come to Sandy and get some shit conditions, but today we've done well, and not too much of a breeze, no rain. We're happy. Now, people say you're a natural leader all about the captaincy of the club, captaincy of this team. It's something you take on board as a responsibility, which is great. Yeah, and I think it's been a challenging start. You know, when you lose, you sort of take that as something you've done wrong. But it's about getting the boys up to play each week, and then again having the balance of playing your own game and then trying to lead these young guys. So it's been good, and I'm excited for the year. Congratulations, well on the win. No worries, thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you there, Stoney. Working with Heath Hocking, we might see if we can get you to the rooms. I think the word miracle will probably come up and we can get a signal for the Bombers song. Leedsy working his way through the ladder positions at the moment, and just repeating their score at up the road, the MCG. 4-7-31 Geelong, Pies 1-6-12. And the Tigers early today, 12-10-82, defeating the North Melbourne side by 10 points, 11-6-72. As the Bombers make their way into their rooms, and the Sandringham players, they'll be disappointed. Battle with Richmond next week, and that's the TV game. So be interested to see how they bounce back from this one. But for the Bombers, talk about targeting that block of games. Well, they're off to, or back to Windy Hill, and they will be looking forward to a battle against the Cats, who went down to the Pies earlier today. I'm just noticing Jake Long here is not walking in with his teammates. He's somewhat confused. I think he's going to the Sandringham rooms. Is Jake Long? No, he's just running past. I think he might be doing a lap of the grounds. There, he's just gone to the behind post down the other end. And now he's running back. So I think he's going to miss the song, Stoney, Jake Long, because he's just running some laps of the ground, amazingly.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but he's now going to miss the song because he's now running to the interchange benches. Just to maybe do a bit of a cool down. He's, oh, it's interesting that. He's got to run to get the song, which we can hear clear as a bell. Have a listen, Bombers fans. Beautifully done. Thank you, Stoney. Jake Long did miss the song because he's still running laps of the boundary line just to cool down. Must be feeling a bit of tightness or something to relieve that. Thank you for your work today, Stoney.
Thank you.
Make your way back from the rooms. A big win for the Bombers today. 10-14-74 to 7-11-53. Has that given you enough time, Leedsy, to run through all the different scenarios here?
You know maths isn't my strong point, Pete, but we can just about have a crack, I reckon. I've got Box Hill, despite losing, depending on how much Collingwood's percentage went up, I think they will remain on top. Collingwood will move to second position. I think Richmond will get themselves, and then it'll be Essendon, Geelong, Casey, Footscray, North Melbourne, Sandringham, Frankston, Werribee, Northern Blues and Coburg to round it off.
Coburg, just that score. The Dolphins going to get the job done. 108-60 into the final quarter there. And the score down at Casey Fields, 29 minutes gone, 15-12-102. Casey to Box Hill, 11-6-72. So I think they're going to get the win there. The Casey Demons against Box Hill. Big win for them, fair to say.
Absolutely, yeah. Box Hill obviously coming back off the bye. Didn't handle it maybe as well as they would have, but I think it's always hard to go to Casey and come back with the 4 points.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the matches next week. Saturday, Windy Hill, 12 o'clock. The Bombers against the Cats at Skybus Stadium. 12:30 start there. Frankston taking on the Casey Demons. And at Box Hill City Oval, the Hawks will take on the Northern Blues. At Northport, it is Port Melbourne taking on North Melbourne. And at Holm Park, the TV game sees Richmond taking on Sandringham. And at Piranha Park, it's Coburg taking on Collingwood, although that is a 2:10 game as well. So I might be off. We'll have to check during the week which is the TV game. And then our game for broadcast next Sunday, Leedsy, have a look at the brand new Avalon Airport Oval.
Magnificent.
The redevelopment is sensational. The sticky date pudding is even better. A 2 o'clock bounce will be on air at 1:45. Williamstown with the bye next week, round 7. Thank you, Leedsy. Good to have you back.
Oh, been a pleasure, Pete.
As we wind down on Mother's Day, a big win for the Bombers. 11-14-74, Sandringham 7-11-53. Thank you to Stoney as well. Thank you to everyone for putting it together. And we'll catch you again next Sunday as we continue on Peter Jackson VFL Live.